Yo, I'm back right now. I'm here. Wilder versus Fury. Just waiting for people to join again. Yo, we back, man. Wait till people come back. I'm just waiting for the people to jump back in. I'm not talking to them. Yo, make sure y'all come in. Tony, what up? UFC, MMA, boxing news. What up? What's poppin'? Kendi Linder, we back. Yeah, smash the like button. Y'all try to spook me. Talking about, yeah, the flags is coming. Who got flagged? I didn't really even show much. But, you know, it's YouTube, so you never know. So I'd rather be safer than... Because, like, you know, I'm about to drop gems on this shit, so I don't want the stream to someone else to monetize, or, you know, obviously I don't want to flag. So, I don't know. I think I would have been good, but, you know, hey. It don't matter. You know, we put out a ton of streams today, so we good either way. But I don't want the good shit. Basically, I just want the message out, so. Kennedy, they got flagged for what video? No, I appreciate you. Shooters looking out for me. That's cool. You know, it's YouTube's weird, bro. Like, they do weird stuff like that. Like, somebody uploaded a video who's not Showtime, and then if I show, you know, 15 seconds of it, you know, run the risk of getting a flag. But, you know, whoever uploaded the video has the whole fucking fight on. You know what I'm saying? Just weird shit like that. What video got flagged? What are you talking about anyway? How you know it got flagged anyway? My shit's good. We in good standings always. Was it a recent video you're saying? Oh, something from Wilder Fury? How do you know, though? How you know what got flagged over there? See, that's what I'm saying. YouTube be just doing whatever. No, I appreciate it. Like I said, I think I would have been cool. But, you know, it's not worth risking it. Because then they put you on probation and all, you know, stupid shit. So, that's good. Good looking. Oh, you had to get linked to another channel? What, they can't go live or something? See, yeah, I'm not fucking with that then. YouTube be bugging. I don't know what happens, but I think they take certain privileges away. You can't, like, back in the day, they used to, if you had a copyright strike, I don't know how it is now because, you know, we stay in good standings. But back in the day, they used to, like, block where you couldn't do a video longer than 15 minutes. That shit is, wow. Can't do a video longer than 15 minutes, like that, you know, that would hurt you. because audience retention is, how long people are watching your videos is a factor. So damn, you're gonna limit people. That's not a limit anymore, I don't think. But back in the day, it used to be rough. Back in the day too, YouTube strikes used to stick with you. Like, they never went away. So good thing they changed that. Anyway, smash the like button. We working. Scarface Peanut. What round you give Tyson Fury? Can y'all hear me? I don't know if people are in here or what. It's just like completely stopped. Hello? Hey, YouTube bug it. Hello? Hey, YouTube bug it. Hello? Hey, YouTube bug it. I can only see myself typing? What does that mean? Nah, I see some other people type right now. What fight did I like the most? Maybe the Isaac Dogbe. I think that was probably the most competitive fight. Lomachenko fight, Pedraza wasn't bad. Performance-wise, Teofimo, quick, to the point, quick celebration. So, yeah, man, we working. Anyway, block this peanut fool. He's trying to duck the fade. Scarface Peanut, block him. Go find him in the chat. He was talking crazy. Block him. Scarface Peanut. Get his peanut Peasley head ass out of here. Yeah, I like Teofimo. I'm checking for, his career. I like what I'm seeing so far. Now, listen. Who was there when I just did that hot seat on the last live stream a couple minutes ago? Who was there for that? These motherfuckers think they slick. You're not smart. You're not going to outsmart me. You're not smarter than me. Who was there in that last stream? I know Real Brother 32 was there. Loma's not going to fight Pacquiao. He already said he don't want to fight an old legend. So what's the point? So he's not going to fight him. Who was in the last stream that heard that last? Because it's already done. The video's gone. Okay, Luis Rosario, Real Brother 32. Just so you guys know, because you guys were there in the last video. This is to prove these guys don't know what they're talking about in regards to boxing and or scoring boxing. I'll prove it. Okay, Brock was there. Remy. Okay, great. So you guys all seen that. So the last dude, he said, oh, I gave it, what did he say? He said he gave Wilder, he had it 9-3, I think he said. Right? 9-3. And I said, okay, what rounds did you give Fury? And then he was like 4-1 and saying all this crazy shit. Right? And I was like, just tell me the rounds you gave Fury. And he finally told me. He said he gave Fury rounds 1 and 2. And I'm like, okay, how did you give him round 1 and 2? They were just like starting. Everybody's energy was high. Wilder was landing some good body shots. Fury was trying to feint and, create a puzzle because he's in there with the big puncher and jabbing. And Wilder was like the stalker. This was before he started looking mad sloppy and, missing because Fury wasn't fully in his game plan, right? Guys flatten out about the 5th, 6th round. So he gave Tyson Fury rounds 1 and 2. And I said round 2 was a real good round for Deontay Wilder from my recollection. I've only seen the fight once and it was live. But I remember round 2 being a good round. He says, no, Fury won round 1 and 2. The only rounds he gave to Wilder were obviously round 12, round 9, and round 3. After I schooled him and watched the round 2, he said, okay, so what other round did you give Tyson Fury? These dudes are so slow, they don't realize he said that he gave Deontay Wilder round 3. He said that. If you guys know how to add winning 9 and 12, 2 knockdowns, 1, 2, 2 10-8 rounds. And if he won round 3, your words, round 2, which I convinced you and everybody in the chat said they gave that round to Wilder, then do you understand it's a draw? These dudes don't even understand that. He's like, yeah, okay, so you gave him round 2. What other rounds you give him? That right there, my friend, you gave him round 3. So 2, 3, 9, and 12, that would make it a draw with 2 knockdowns. And they that's what I'm saying. These dudes don't know how to score. They can't do simple elementary school mathematics. That's the benefit of having power. That's the benefit of being able to have like math on your side. Hooked on phonics worked for me. These dudes cannot add. So round 2 was a solid round for Wilder. I told you I have to rewatch the fight, but I know I didn't give Fury every single round up until the 9th round. I know that for a fact. Neither did the media member, my dude Kirk, that was sitting next to me. I'll watch him in detail, but I know Wilder was winning some of those rounds. So that's what I'm saying. Wilder could have arguably won the fight if you gave Wilder round 1, round 2, which I think stood out, and round 3, which is the round he gave him, plus 2 knockdowns. That would have Wilder, that would push him over the edge and mean he won the round. These dudes can't even add simple math. Me, I always said the same thing. I thought the fight was a draw. So that with 2 knockdown rounds, round 2, one more round makes it a draw. And these dudes can't even add simple math, but they come on my channel saying I'm crazy. You tell me who's crazy. That's why I'm saying Paulie Malignaggi, I respect him. I like him. Interviewed him. He's cool. But he making it sound like it was this egregious robbery. How is it such a robbery like people are saying when 2 knockdowns substantially leverages the playing field no matter how bad you were doing? 2 knockdowns saves your ass. You can lose more rounds, and then 2 knockdown rounds, 2 separate ones, brings you back. And then some of the first rounds were swing rounds. You know, I don't understand what it's like you guys want it to be controversial or you don't know how to score. That's why I scored it a draw. You cannot tell me that Wilder lost rounds 1, 2, and 3. 4, I got to watch again. You know, because I don't have everything memorized, but I know he didn't lose every single one of those rounds. Tyson Fury was doing a lot of movement. He was just moving, like trying. He didn't want to get. He's in there with. Listen, he's in there with a big ass puncher, and in the opening rounds, he was trying to fill him out and stay safe and like jab, keep his range. That's what he was doing. He opened up when he got more comfortable. When the guys flatten out rounds 5 or 6. See, once again, this is another case. I don't have to be off my pivot. You know? I'm never knocked off my pivot. These dudes ain't coming with a more sound argument than me. I'm sorry. If they did, I would listen to it and then I'd be like, oh yeah, you got a great point. But they're not. This thing wasn't this crazy, like, embellished robbery like people are saying to have it a draw. They didn't even give Wilder the win. They didn't give him a win. They gave him a draw, and motherfuckers is acting like a draw is just so ludicrous. A draw means outside of the 2 knockdown rounds, he needed to win 2 fucking rounds, which I think he did. And in boxing is a mathematical score. So it doesn't matter if Tyson Fury won his 10-9 rounds bigger, there's still 10-9 rounds. Like, so if Wilder won round 1, but he won it by a small margin, it's still a 10-9 round. If Tyson Fury wins his 10-9 round big and he just makes Wilder look crazy, it's still a 10-9 round. That's what people don't understand. That's the scoring system. I didn't create this. That's the scoring system. So people are they're giving more credit because, let's say, what was Tyson Fury's best round? I don't remember off the top of my head. I know it was in one of the mid rounds. He did good in round 10 and 11 too. Right? I know he did good in round 10 and 11 because he got knocked down in 9 and he bounced back strong in round 10. So let's say he won that fight, that round 10 really big. Even if Wilder had a quiet round 1, but he barely edged him, they would both be 10-9 rounds. They will both be 10-9 rounds. You don't get, it's not like a 10-9 plus. It's not like iPhones. It's not like, oh, I have the iPhone, you know, I have the iPhone 8. I have the iPhone 8X plus. I have the iPhone XS. You know, it's a 10-9 round, or if you get multiple knockdowns or point deductions, 10-8, 10-7, etc. You know, some people score even rounds and stuff like that. So, like I said, it's not, it's just a scoring system. And Wilder, with 2 knockdowns, factually, with what that would do for his score, only needed 2 more rounds. And I think he got those. I honestly think he got at least 2 rounds. You know, and if he got anything more than 2, that means he wins the fight. Period. So if you gave Wilder the first 3 rounds, that means he won the fight with the 2 knockdowns. Doesn't matter how he looked. Doesn't matter how sloppy he looked. Doesn't matter he looked tired. Doesn't matter that Tyson Fury made him miss. If you give Wilder, outside of the knockdown rounds, if you gave him more than 2 rounds, which is even plausible, I didn't even argue for that. I argued for the draw, you know, because I think that's fair, and I didn't want to see either man lose, to be honest, because of they both fought their ass off. You know, this will be clarified in the rematch for sure. You know, but I said a draw, like I've always said. If you gave Wilder more than 2 rounds outside of the knockdown rounds, that means he wins the fight. Oh my God. These guys are Helen Keller. He said, which rounds you give him? Do you guys listen? If you just jumping in the chat, I told you I have to watch it again. Round 2 was one of them for sure. And then round 1 or 3, maybe even both. I got to watch it again, bro. Tyson Fury was feinting and jabbing, and Wilder was landing some good body shots, which are scoring blows. You know, he was landing power punches. And then as the fight wore on, they even said this in the All Access Epilogue. They said as the fight, Ben Davison, Fury's trainer, says the fight goes on, you'll get stronger, which is what happened. Wilder was not doing bad like y'all motherfuckers made it out to be in the beginning. He when Tyson Fury got his number in the mid rounds, that's when it started getting ugly for Wilder, where he was thoroughly getting outboxed. End of story. Listen, this is the mic'd up. Listen. Listen to Tyson Fury's. This is round 2. He said, if you're feeling tight, you got to give more than you ever had to give in your life. You got 2 more rounds. He said you got 2 more rounds, and this would be the greatest comeback. Ben Davison says, steal these 2 rounds. This is after the 10th round, going into the 11th and 12th. Steal these 2 rounds. Listen. He said, steal these 2, steal them. I don't care if they're boring. Meaning, don't get knocked out. You know, just be safe and, you know, box him. Even if it's like a lackluster, just box him. Just be smart. And unfortunately, Tyson Fury got knocked out and came back, you know, to life. Made the fight close. Listen.
Perpetual motion, deceptively quick for a man his size. Wilder hunting. One thing Tyson Fury does not want to do is get caught on those ropes.
One thing Tyson Fury does not want to do is get caught on these ropes. This is in the early rounds.
We're getting closer and closer, Mark.
Wilder's team said we're getting closer and closer.
Taking the distance from it, okay? Listen, I know there's opportunities now, but don't take them right now. Yeah?
Okay, that was a pivotal thing. In one of the early rounds, you hear Tyson Fury's trainer mic'd up, right? I know my shit. He mic'd up and he says, I know there's opportunities now, but don't take them. He told you. So that's an indication that this was probably the game plan. Come alive, make Wilder miss, be responsible early, don't get caught with nothing stupid early, and make Wilder miss and open up in the second. Similar to what Lamont Peterson did with Danny Garcia. He just told you. This is after the, I don't know exactly round, but within the first 4 rounds, mic'd up trainer of Tyson Fury says, I know there's opportunities, but don't take them now, which indicates exactly what the fuck I've been telling you, that in those first couple rounds, Tyson Fury wasn't really doing anything, but maybe making Wilder miss, jab, and trying to measure and control the distance and not get caught with anything big. But offensively, he wasn't really doing too much. Oh my gosh, man. I got this game, man. Listen. I'll let you listen to it again.
Perpetual motion, deceptively quick for a man his size. Wilder hunting.
Listen.
One thing Tyson Fury does not want to do is get caught on those ropes. We're getting closer and closer, Mark.
Keep taking the distance from it, okay? Listen, I know there's opportunities now, but don't take them right now. Yeah? Don't get greedy or complacent. You'll have more success as the fight goes on.
He says, I know there's opportunities now, but don't take them. You'll have more success as the fight wears on. Don't get greedy and don't get complacent. That's what Tyson Fury's trainer said. I'm gonna play it one more time. He said, keep taking the distance from him, which is exactly the fight that I indicated by telling you that. In those first 3-4 rounds, that's what Tyson Fury was doing. Taking the distance, fainting. Listen.
Keep taking the distance from it, okay? Listen, I know there's opportunities now, but don't take them right now. Yeah? Don't get greedy or complacent. You'll have more success as the fight goes on.
He just told you, which this is Tyson Fury's own trainer is corroborating what I just told you. And yet still, you got motherfuckers telling me I don't know what I'm talking about and saying that Tyson Fury won the first 8 rounds. He won the first 8 rounds. His own trainer says, don't open up, basically. Don't take any crazy risk right now. The opportunities will present themselves, and then later on, as the fight wears on. These dudes is crazy. They can't fuck with your boy. And that's why I'm glad. That's why I like these all accesses and shit, because they're mic'd up. You get to hear what the people say and stuff like that. So once again, with 2 knockdowns, that means Wilder needed 2 more rounds. And in the beginning, Tyson Fury, he was just trying to control the distance, play it kind of safe and jabbing. Meanwhile, Wilder didn't look bad, was landing some good body shots. Because I remember being impressed, because I don't really think of Wilder as a body puncher. The 12th round wasn't a draw. Anytime a guy gets knocked out and arguably gets a long count and Undertaker and all that shit, I can't give him that round. Honestly, I can't give him that round. He did his thing, and showed heart by battling back, but he literally probably landed 2 significant punches. How does Tyson Fury, how is round 12 a draw when Tyson Fury probably land 2 punches after being virtually knocked out, right? Landed 2 punches that definitely slowed the momentum of Wilder, who was tired, but that's it. How is that an equal round when one guy's on his back, eyes rolling in his head? See, that's what I'm saying. You guys, a lot of y'all don't know how to score boxing. How can you score the 12th an even? How is that even? Yeah, Tyson Fury, he fought back, but inflict equal damage that Wilder did in that round. So how is that a 10-8 round? I mean, how is it a 10-9 round? They didn't have equal damage. One guy got knocked down and, knocked into the crossroads, and the other guy showed heart, got up some kind of way, and then he clocked him with probably 2 real solid right hands that stopped the onslaught, so he didn't get stopped. Fair play. No way is that round 12 a draw. Doesn't even make sense. Doesn't even make sense to have a round draw. So with your scorecard, that means Wilder would have won because you gave Wilder all these rounds and you scored the 12th a draw. And the 12th wasn't a draw. How is it a draw when they didn't do equal damage? Wilder, even if he got rocked, he didn't even touch canvas. What's the name? Touched canvas and his eyes were rolling. How is that equivalent? So if someone says, hey, would you rather get knocked out, and have to come to your senses, come to, and your eyes are rolling in the back of your head, or just take 2 stiff rights and your head goes like that? What would you prefer? Come on, man. That's not equal. That's not an equal round. So he didn't win the round. He didn't get a 10-9. That's a straight up, as clear as day, 10-8 round. I used this example before. That's like me scoring Tim Bradley versus Ruslan Provodnikov because Bradley was on the ropes throwing back and shit. That's a 10-8 round for what's the name? Provodnikov. Listen, I don't have all the exact times, but I know the knockout shit was from like 2 minutes and 21 seconds because everyone's like questioning how long it was. Let's say it was like 2 minutes and 21 seconds all the way down to 2:11. And then Jack Reese allowed him to walk side from side, side to side. Then Wilder, when the fight was allowed to continue. So that, let's say, this is off the top of my head. Let's say it was about a minute and 48 seconds in the left. Wilder tried to pile it on, and I know he landed a huge right, and Fury's head was like this, and he fell on the ropes, and then Fury tried to clinch him, right? And I think Fury started playing around a little bit, and then towards the end of the round, he landed probably 1 or 2 really stiff punches that got Wilder's attention, and then Wilder wasn't as aggressive, and then the round came to an end. Definitely, that's not equal damage. Like, how can you compare how hurt Wilder was when he's upright? And Tyson Fury's soul left his body, and he's on the ground, and everyone in the arena thought that it was over. Come on, bro. This is what I'm saying, and this is why people, they get mad at me for speaking my opinion, but listen to their opinion and tell me that makes more sense. If Tyson Fury, just like I keep it all the way fair. I give Floyd props for being the greatest boxer of this generation. No way on earth can you score Shane Mosley versus Floyd Mayweather 2 for Floyd. Because if you scored a 10-9 round, then that means you think Floyd won the round. It's just he got rocked, so but he made up for it. Floyd actually did really good at the end of that fight, but being hurt twice, he got hurt and clinched, so we knew he was hurt. And then Shane Mosley was like trying to loosen him off and get him off him. Then he hit him on the temple, and Floyd was like, that overshadows anything that Floyd did, no matter how good he did at the end of the round. And Floyd was like this. Floyd was like this with fucking Mosley. So he showed heart and he rallied back, but I can't give him that round. This is simple. This is like simple scoring stuff. If you argue giving Wilder rounds where Fury controlled, that's not enough English for me. I don't know what you're talking about. Bro, you don't know how to score. I just went over it. Okay, over the line. We're going to push you over the line. You're in the hot seat. Okay, so score. So your comparison, you said if you're arguing giving Wilder filler rounds or rounds, any of the rounds in 1 through 3, 4, you're trying to compare it to somebody getting virtually knocked out, getting back up, and scoring the round for Tyson Fury. How is that comparable when in rounds 1, 2, 3, 4, any rounds that someone would have scored for Deontay Wilder, early on, nobody got knocked down or knocked out. So where's this comparison? Please explain to us. See, now we start getting to the real good stuff so we can hear people's logic and scorecard. You're comparing a round where somebody and everybody in the crowd, even on this all access epilogue, Vander Holyfield stood up. He's like, oh, he's done. He's done. Everybody thought he was done. Everybody thought he was done. So you're comparing that to, hey, because I gave Wilder a round where in round 2, when the action wasn't that great. Explain this comparison. I would love to hear this. So explain how giving Wilder round 2 is synonymous in any type of way to giving Tyson Fury a 10-9 round in round 12. We got a hot seat, y'all. What's his dude's name? Over the line. Yeah, we gonna push you over the line. I would love to hear this. I'll get to your super chat in a second, bro. It says your message is retracted. It just says $5 super chat. There's no message there. So you got to type your message again. Okay, so explain how when the activity from both fighters, it wasn't too intense in the first 3 rounds. Wilder was landing power shots. Fury was trying to control range, feinting a lot without having much of an offense outside of the jab. How are you comparing this to him being knocked down brutally and everyone thought it was over? You got 15 seconds. I can't do this all day. 14 seconds. Over the line, on the line, whatever your name is. 13 seconds. Please respond. Let me know how you're comparing those two things. You're comparing rounds 1, 2, 3, 4, opening rounds to a round where somebody was brutally knocked down and everyone in the crowd thought it was over. 10 seconds. Please answer. 9 seconds. Please respond over the line. If you score rounds in Wilder's favor being close because Fury jabbed and controlled the action, you could take the same measure and give the 12th round to Fury based on getting dropped. Bro, you can't even spell dropped. Okay, you put all of that. Bro, you got 5 seconds. You put all of that and still didn't answer the question. How are we comparing filler rounds where someone's throwing power punches and body shots to someone controlling range and jabbing? These are all scoring things, but power punches are generally looked upon as like more merit. You get more clout for landing power shots as opposed to a jab. If it's a jab fest, then you looked at who connected and landed the most jabs. So once again, how are you comparing this to somebody getting brutally dropped in any shape or fashion? 5 seconds. 4 seconds. Your man's struggling. He's struggling out here. 3 seconds, bro. 2 seconds. 1 second. And final answer. Please let me know. You're not making sense, dog. Let me say it simple. Besides the drop, Fury won the 12th round. There is no beside the drop. So besides Floyd getting hurt twice by Shane Mosley in the second round, he won the fight. Besides Lucas Matisse getting dropped by Danny Garcia, he won the round. Do you see how stupid that is? Really? That's like me saying Tupac ain't got no hits. Besides, I Get Around, Keep Your Head Up, Hit 'Em Up, All Eyes on Me. Excluding a whole Machiavelli album. Toss It Up, don't include that. You can't rewrite your own history, bro. Drake ain't got no fucking hits. Yeah, but the Take Care album, you can't count none of that. Scorpion, side A and side B, don't count none of those songs. Kiki, Do You Love Me, none of that shit. Bro, that is literally the dumbest thing that I've seen on this chat. Yeah, Tupac has no hits besides Changes. To Live and Die in LA, yeah, you can't count that. Can I ask you one question? No, block him. Block him. Get this man out of here. These dudes just be saying, you can't ask me nothing. You already failed. You already failed this hot seat. You should have asked me earlier. Get him out of here. Over the line. We're going to push you over the line like I told you. He said besides the knockdown, you could score it for Fury. What? So I just got to just completely overlook the fact that Fury got knocked down brutally and his eyes were rolling and he was on some Undertaker shit. Let me just forget about that. These dudes, this shit crazy. I told y'all, like I said, we gonna see who has the most sound logic. The dude said besides the knockdown, he won. Okay, so besides Floyd Mayweather putting on a masterclass and embarrassing Canelo won the fight. You know, if you exclude, you know, all of Floyd's movement and, like, you know, him landing the better shots when Canelo was on the ropes, don't include any of that. He just, Canelo really won. Get him out of here, bro. His motherfucker said besides the knockdown, he won. Okay, yeah, let me just overlook a whole ass knockdown where a guy who's 6'10" hits the canvas like a ton of bricks. Hey, do we have any shooters in the building? Get rid of this dude. We not playing no types of games out here. We starting 2019 right, baby. Thank you. I appreciate you, real brother. We don't have no shooters. Hold on. I gotta do it. I gotta catch me a body. Hold on. I gotta catch this body. All right, we back. This dude said don't include the knockdown. You can't. That's not how boxing works. So, you know, why don't they ever say this to the fighters that they like so much that they wore, like Golovkin? Oh yeah, just exclude his jabs. You know, why didn't they say that when all he was doing was throwing jabs versus Daniel Jacobs and Canelo? Why don't they say, oh yeah, man, fuck them jabs. Don't include the jabs. They'll still say Golovkin won. Oh my gosh. Hey, like I said, the fight was close. Both camps indicated that on the All Access. They said, hey, close one, D. We got to close this strong. Can you produce something big? And Wilder did produce something big. You know, I had it a draw. So if Wilder didn't have that 12 round, he would have lost. I don't think it could be any more fair than that. Because, you know, Tyson Fury, the rounds he did win, he won big by outboxing Wilder. The world's seen that. You know, but this is a scoring system. And knockdowns save your ass. The more knockdowns you get, if you're behind in the fight, the better it is for you. You know, I mean, just look at, if you need more further proof of this, look at Vasily Lomachenko versus Jose Pedraza. The fight was pretty close within reason, depending on how the last few rounds won. You know, Pedraza on a lot of people's scorecards could have won if he closed the show stronger. But after he got knocked down twice in the 11th, it was pretty much done for him, because you knew they weren't going to give you the fight, a close fight, whereas Loma, and then you totally blew it by not taking a knee and stopping the onslaught. Then maybe you can only deal with one knockdown, you know, clinching so you don't get knocked down. But the fact that you let him hit you with 42 shots and 50% of his punches and dog you like that, then, you know, it became a wrap. But up until that point, it was a pretty close fight, you know. But you totally blew it with the round 11. That's boxing for you. Yeah, I heard about that. Somebody said people complaining that they got clapped. I don't know. I mean, but what's the point of telling, this is not a package deal. My channel is my channel. So it's like, what's the point of telling another channel what happened on someone else's channel? Like I used this example before. It's like me going to McDonald's, like, Burger King fries was cold. Why are you in McDonald's yelling that bullshit? Why are you in McDonald's bitching about how the Burger King fries were cold? Wendy's didn't give me my spicy chicken, motherfucker. You're in McDonald's, though. Like, this is stupid. I don't go into the fucking Apple store talking about this Microsoft Surface Pro suck. This shit is slow. It deleted my homework. Why are you in the Apple store yelling that bullshit? Go to Best Buy or Microsoft, wherever the fuck you got that from. You see, these dudes be stupid, bro. Why are you doing this? You're going to go in the Apple store complaining about a Microsoft Surface Pro. They have nothing to do with it. That's a whole ass company. You know? These dudes is crazy. Like, I got a PS4. I don't get a Xbox Online membership when I know I have a PS4. Like, I wouldn't go to Best Buy. Oh, yeah, can I get the Xbox One controller? I got a PS4. Why would you buy an Xbox controller for a fucking PS4? You dumb motherfucker, you. Makes no sense. They used to do that when I worked at Lowe's. They like, I got this ceiling fan from y'all motherfuckers. This shit is broke. It's broke, nigga. Broke. I'm like, we don't sell that brand. It's like Hampton Bay. That's like a Home Depot brand. And I'm like, you didn't get that here. And they're like, yes, I did, you motherfuckers. Return this cell phone. I'm scanning it. See how it doesn't come up in our system? That is a Home Depot brand. And they're like, no. And then they'll call their wife or something. Where do we get these ceiling fans? Oh, Home Depot. Oh. And then they'll just take the ceiling fan. Get your dumb ass up out of here. You going to Lowe's screaming at me because I'm a manager trying to return a Home Depot ceiling fan. You should be ashamed of yourself. You trying to argue with me? Huh? I'm serious. They just be tripping like that. Dude really try to yell at me because I wouldn't take a return when I know it's not our product. I know that's a Home Depot. You know, like, you guys gotta know, these motherfuckers don't even know where they shop and shit. You at Sam's Club trying to return some Kirkland products. That's Costco, motherfucker. What? Everybody just say, what? 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 Oh my God, man. Ego be having my tummy bubbling with his funnies. It's not even me. I'm just being honest. These dudes is like lunatics. They mad at me. I said the fight was a draw. After watching that epilogue, I still believe it. You know, both fighters' camps was saying, hey, give me two good rounds. Don't do nothing crazy, even if it's boring. And then Wilder's team said, hey, we need something big, D. Wilder gave him something big. So, you know, let's talk about Anthony Joshua, too. This is sad, bro. Showtime, they did a great epilogue and all this. This all could have been Joshua and Wilder. This all. And see, and the great thing about Joshua Wilder is I think someone would have got knocked the fuck out. You know, so we wouldn't even be talking about no fucking draws and all this stuff. It would have been somebody got knocked out. I can't see Wilder or AJ going the distance, you know, at this point. This all could have been Joshua, and we wouldn't even talk about this bullshit. Shout out to Wilder. Shout out to Luis Ortiz. Shout out to Tyson Fury. All three of them. They doing what they supposed to be doing. But this all could have been Joshua. You know? And then now, here, peep this. Now, this is so funny. Eddie Hearn's first of all, he said, listen, Eddie Hearn look crazy right now. Here's why. He said Tyson Fury was going to pull out. Tyson Fury wasn't mentally fit or physically fit. And, oh, yeah, I met up with him and he weighed 20 stone and blah, 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 blah. He said he what the fuck? He starts saying that, hold on, man. What the fuck? My bad, my iPad started talking and shit. Siri, like, I was like, who the fuck is that? My bad. Anyway, hold on, it's hot. Killing all these casual. Hold on. Okay, now we back. I start getting hot in here. So anyway, Eddie Hearn, this is why it's not a good look. He downplayed Fury, totally. Said Fury, like, you know, he basically questioned Fury's physical capabilities. Said Fury was gonna pull out of the fight, and oh, you never know, Fury pulls out. And I even did videos. I'm like, what fights were Fury pulling out? Because last time I checked, David Haye was supposed to fight Fury, and David Haye pulled out and retired. You know, so what fights is Fury just notoriously always pulling out from? Klitschko, he fought him. You know, he only pulled out because he was injured, and then the second time he failed a drug test, so he wasn't allowed to compete. So anyway, Eddie Hearn said all this stuff, the fight's not going to happen. I doubt it happens. I got to see it to believe it. And then you see the brilliance of Tyson Fury. You know, I can't stress that enough. A guy losing all that weight. And that's why I understand why some people, you know, from an emotional standpoint, I see why their scorecard, because Fury looked more in control in the rounds where he won, obviously outside of the knockdown rounds. He looked like super in control. I think Wilder's best non-knockdown round, probably round 2, you know, and he just he comes with a good story, good personality, singing and all that stuff. End of story, right? And, you know, Eddie Hearn did all this stuff to like talk him down and all that, and you see what Tyson Fury went through. You know, so that's not a good look. And then post-fight, Eddie Hearn's talk. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, the more I think about it, Wilder could have actually won this fight. You know, the long countdown. And see, people are tripping. People got stopwatches and all this stuff. The the referee has the discretion. It's not so much the physical countdown. It's not so much of that part. It's when he walked over, he started slowly walking over Tyson Fury. Then Fury got up, and then he allowed Fury to go side to side. He was giving him the benefit of doubt. That's what people are tripping off. People are making this way complex. They're just saying the overall ordeal, the whole thing. You know, from his body, Jack Reese walking over, Jack Reese getting down and counting, Tyson getting up. He said, hey, you want to continue? Yeah, you know, the whole process. That's what I kind of gathered from that. Fuck it. He let him continue. Fury rallied back. But again, Fury, he wasn't really that offensive in the first 4-5 rounds. End of story. And I had it a draw, but if you look at how a scoring system would work, 2 knockdowns, that means he needed 2 other rounds. And it wouldn't be out of the question for someone to have given Wilder, you know, round 2, 3, and maybe 1 or 4 or 5. I don't know every single round. Do you get what I'm saying? I had it a draw. But if you gave Wilder round 1, 2, and 3, based on Fury, he wasn't like mastering this distance like people are saying, like where Wilder may have missed, but he was still active, he was still aggressive, he was still landing power shots, still landing good body shots, right? And the action was the tempo, the whole overall tempo wasn't even that great. That being said, if Wilder got round 1, 2, 3 plus his knockdown rounds, he wins the fight. You know, if you gave him, you know, 1, 2, and 4 with his knockdowns, he wins the fight. If you gave him 2, 3, 4, he wins the fight. If he got any more than 2 rounds in the first 5 rounds, which is not out of the question, then that means he wins the fight. These motherfuckers is acting like this is like highway robbery. Every time it's a white fighter, it's this massive robbery. Let's just call it what it is. Every single time it's a white fighter, from what I've seen in boxing, people act like it's this massive robbery without putting in perspective. And another thing you guys got bad is you listen to commentators who are scoring the fight. And that's cool. I'm not saying I know significantly much more than pro boxers or whatever, but you guys get influenced as opposed to what you see with your own too. Period. See, Jason, people like you sound stupid. You said no excuses about a hand injury, referee, or long count. Okay, then nobody cares about Tyson Fury's mental health issues then, if that's how you want to play it. So him ballooning up in weight and then losing a bunch of weight, then that shouldn't be factored into his performance either. Why are we talking about he chose to gain a bunch of weight? Since you really want to be real, he chose to do cocaine and party. If that's how you want to play it. So what you talking about? No excuse. It was a draw. No one got to make excuses. Wilder still has his belt. Tyson Fury has his lineal championship. No, bro, you talking about no hand excuse, okay, so then why are people bringing up the fact that how much weight he lost and stuff? That don't got nothing to do with the fight either. What's that got to do with the fight? He chose the fight. He signed up to fight. He got a paycheck for the fight. What's his weight got to do with it? So, it goes both ways. What y'all talking about, man? Now y'all going to turn me to Ego Valley. I didn't even want to have to make an appearance. But now you're going to turn me to Ego Valley. If that's how you want to play and you don't want to look, you don't want to look, oh, fuck this and fuck this. We don't want to count that. Then don't count his mental health issue. That had nothing to do with boxing, Like Cameron say, niggas die every day, B. Like, if you from the hood, you see people strung out on drugs and all types of shit. Often. I know a lot of people on drugs. Straight up. Some of them make it to work. Some of them don't. Some of them get fired from their job. Life is hard. If that's how you want to play it, let's play it. If you from the hood, this ain't nothing new. If you from the hood, motherfuckers slang. I know people slang. I know people that use. I know people in jail. I know people kill people. What's that got to do with anything? Since you want to play the game. I'm from the Bay. This ain't nothing new. Come to the town. Come to Richmond. Come to Vallejo. Come to Fairfield now. Vacaville, you'll see tweaks. We got meth lab, all types of stuff. That don't got nothing to do with it. People want to encapsulate Fury's whole story, but then when someone else says, the Wilder says whatever happened to his arm, man, fuck all that. Okay, then what is his drug testing failure and out of the ring? What's that got to do with it? He had 2 tune-ups. He's back. You know what I'm saying? Andre Ward, he had 2 tune-ups, fought Kovalev. And he had a bad knee. Motherfuckers don't want to hear that. His dad died. Life is hard. People have fucked up things happen. It's a great story. But just put it this way. If you're going to respect one person's struggle and strife, then, respect everybody's. If you're going to embrace aspects of Fury's personal life that really don't have nothing to do with boxing, then be open to it with Wilder's daughter has an illness, she has spina bifida. So don't just be like, oh yeah, Fury mental health. Okay, he started boxing because his daughter. So, let's respect both warriors. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, anytime it's a white fighter, is always this crazy controversy. That's really what I've seen in boxing. Period. I had it a draw. It's a good fight. 2 good stories. Motherfuckers are blowing it out of proportion. Let's see the rematch. I can't wait. I don't give a fuck if it's in the USA. I don't care if it's in the UK. I don't care if it's on the moon. It deserves to happen. They can fight at Chuck E. Cheese. I don't give a fuck. But y'all motherfuckers ain't giving Wilder no type of credit. A lot of y'all. And y'all trying to make it into something that it's not. As if Wilder was the one that filled out the scorecards. As if Wilder had this highway robbery. But motherfuckers don't care about Julio Cesar Chavez Sr., Pernell Whitaker. Get these dudes the fuck out of here. Unless you know what you're talking about in boxing, don't come to my shit. Straight up. Like I said, this is Ego Valley. You're not even getting ego anymore. Don't come to my shit. This is not the channel for you. It's not bracking. It's not popping over here. Yeah, and people keep saying people in America robbing. It was a British judge anyway that gave Wilder the fight. What y'all talking about? So check in your own backyard before you criticize somewhere else. People are like, oh yeah, America's known for its robberies. Well, guess what? It was one of y'all. It was one of you UK shithouse dossers that scored it for Wilder. So blame the dosser. Don't blame Americans. Since you really want to be real. Motherfuckers mad at the USA and a British judge scored it. Don't try to. Adelaide Bird wasn't here. They don't have nothing to do with Adelaide Bird. This wasn't no American shit. Blame the British judge. Blame the shit house. Chat shit get banged. Blame her. Blame the dosser. Yeah. Get bang. Blame that. Sick of y'all. Anyway, good fight, close fight. The knockouts, or excuse me, knockdowns saved Deontay Wilder. I mean, obviously, without the knockdowns, he wouldn't have won because he didn't win enough rounds. But that's the beauty of it. You don't have to win more rounds if you're getting knockdowns. You know, so I don't know what other people said. I don't know why Paulie, what rounds he gave him. But I didn't see Fury winning 8 rounds to 0. You know, there was not even that much cracking in the first couple rounds. My opinion is my opinion. And I'm explaining to you why I feel that way. Smash the like button, all of course. You know, and this is what they do here. Listen, you know, let's see. Now y'all got me in my zone. Fuck it. You know, they only want to use the black opinion. You know, meaning black fighters. Their opinion don't mean shit. It don't mean a hill of beans unless they're using it against blacks. You notice how this shit works? You don't give a fuck what Floyd has to say from January to November, you know, January to October. You don't give a fuck what Floyd is talking about. You hate him. He's showing his cars, his house, and you hate the tension, Nasukawa announcement. He's hating on Canelo. You don't give a fuck what Floyd has to say. You don't give a fuck who he beat. You don't give him respect for it. You know? You don't give him no respect for it, right? Now all of a sudden, because he had Fury winning, now you want to reference his standpoint. Why don't you reference Floyd's standpoint when he says Gennady Golovkin, he ain't got no special effects? Nah, you don't want to agree with that. When Floyd Mayweather says that Canelo Alvarez he beat him easy work, why don't you agree with him then? Which he did beat him easy work. We all seen it. When he says, oh yeah, man, what Canelo making in 5 years, I made that easy work. I made that in 1 or 2 fights. Why don't you agree with Floyd then? See, they're selective. You see how this works, right? They're real selective. They're real selective as to what they want to and when they want to pick and choose. You know, it'd be a coon-ass YouTube channel or, you know, sometimes coon-ass celebrities. Nobody care about that. You know? You'd be like, yeah, but Kanye West said that Donald Trump is the greatest. Kanye ain't been the same since his mama passed. Why you telling he got the Kardashian curse? Why you telling me about Ye? What did he got to do with anything? He in a sunken place. What's Kanye got to do? Kanye ain't the fucking ruler of Wakanda and the black community. Nobody give a fuck what Kanye talking about right now. But yeah, Kanye got a red Trump hat. Great for him. Oh my gosh, I'm the truth like Sojourner. I'm the truth like Errol Spence Jr. Man down. I spit in that gospel. Yeah. I said I'm the truth like Sojourner. I'm the truth like Errol Spence. There will be a man down. They only want to use black opinions when they're throwing it against black. Oh yeah, fucking Buster Douglas. Like you ain't said nothing to Buster Douglas. Mike Tyson feels that AJ is the best. He feels Tyson Fury won. That's great. Great for Mike. I'm ecstatic. What about when Mike said he wanted to fornicate with the white reporter? Why weren't you good with that? He just want to fornicate. Yeah, they took all my money. Can I at least get a blowjob? Why didn't you agree with that? Since you like Mike Tyson and his opinion so much, why don't you let him at least get a blowjob? He want to fornicate. Why did you like that? Or when he said, "Come say that to my face, you punk ass white boy." Why didn't you co-sign that? Why did you co-sign when Mike was saying that crazy shit? Because Mike's saying something you like, now all of a sudden you want to reference. Get the fuck out of here. I'm the king of this. I know what y'all be doing. Oh yeah, Bernard Hopkins said that Charlo doesn't deserve Canelo. Well, great for Bernard Hopkins. Bernard Hopkins also made statements about Golovkin not fucking with his record. Y'all don't care about that, but you only want to use Bernard when it suits your agenda. Come on, man. Come on, man. You don't think we see these games, huh? Come on, man. They try to weasel and bamboozle us. You know, opinion don't matter unless it suits their cause and their agenda. Man, we not, come on, man. Like if Errol Spence starts saying a bunch of, like if he start cooning, then y'all, oh yeah, Errol Spence. But then if Errol Spence is all the way solid and not saying what you want, if he's like, then they don't want to say nothing about his opinion. This is the problem with blacks. To be honest, there's no unity. And there are a lot of people that don't stay all the way solid. You have every other race in boxing, every race or ethnicity or whatever you guys want to get technical, every group of people, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. And if they celebrate people of their own race, religion, or walks of life, ethnicity and all that, it's a glorious thing. Nobody cares. Nobody's mad. If you're from Argentina and your favorite fighter is Matisse, it don't matter that he quit more than once versus Victor Postol and Pacquiao. You like Matisse. You're not going to get clowned for it. They're like, oh, that's what's up. Oh, you from Argentina? Dope. Oh, you like Maidana? They don't care that Amir Khan beat him. Floyd beat him twice. People respect it. The moment you black in America and you like a black fighter, to this day, it's a problem. If you say Deontay Wilder's my best fighter, oh, you sucking Wilder, dick. Oh, he's sloppy. Well, motherfuckers eat sloppy joes, right? Maybe they like sloppy. You like Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence, problem. You like Floyd Mayweather, you a dick sucker and all this, extra shit. Come on, man. They only want to use the point when they feel it suits their agenda. And that's it. You don't care what Floyd Mayweather Sr., when he say something about Broner, they love that. Man, Broner, man, looky here. If he say something about Broner and Broner can't scrap, y'all with it. Let him say something about Canelo being easy work. I'm talking about Floyd Sr. Let him say Canelo's easy work or Amir Khan gonna get knocked the fuck out. I have an interview with Floyd Sr. He said Amir Khan gonna get knocked out. They was mad as fuck at him for that. But if he talk about Broner, Floyd Sr. is an OG, so he speaks his mind. He's just gonna say how he feel. They love it when he talking about Broner and speaking his mind. Not so much if he's talking about Canelo, Amir Khan. If he say Golovkin, man, looky here. They don't like it. Now all of a sudden it's a problem. We see the games, man. Just like when Kanye said, George Bush don't care about black people. He just randomly said that in front of Austin Powers. They're like, oh, look at classless Kanye. But now he's supporting Trump. They love that. Come on, man. Y'all was mad as fuck at Kanye. America like the Get Out movie. You see that black dude striking hella fast. Like, motherfucker, it's midnight. Why are you, sprinting? These are the realities that we live in. Fury was flat on his back, unconscious. The ref was supposed to stop it for his safety. Man, I'm done with it. Let's just see a rematch, like I said. But it's not as imaginable as people are trying to make it out to be. Straight up. Because there wasn't too much. The game plan, I believe, for Fury was to make Wilder miss and pay, stay safe early, which he did. He wasn't really going for no gusto. He was in there with a guy who knocked out everyone except for one person who he would eventually knock out in the rematch, and that's Bermane Stiverne. So he wasn't trying to get caught with anything while Wilder's fresh. It's a smart game plan. It's a smart game plan. He said, I forgot about Kanye's situation. Dang good point. It's true. When Kanye said he was on that telethon, George Bush doesn't care about black people. People got mad and look, why would you do that? Why would you say that? Why would you make it about race? But now he in the Oval Office with a red hat in a sunken place, fucking with Trump. Then he the man now, cause he's, he in the house now. He's being a good boy, like Golovkin say. So now all of a sudden you fuck with him, or he's tolerable. Both props to both fighters, though. They really came out and laid it all the way out. Yeah, absolutely. See, this is what I'm saying. Like people, there's a lot of coons, they're gonna try to misconstrue and make it like I hate Tyson Fury. I don't hate that man. I have more respect for Tyson Fury than a lot of you do. I said that before the fight. I said, win, lose, or draw. Mark my words, go to the old videos. I said, win, lose, or draw, I respect that man. He didn't have to take this fight. It's on wax. So don't try to flip it on me now because I thought the fight was a draw and make it like I'm the enemy and I'm the one attacking Fury. You motherfuckers was saying he was fat at the weigh-in. He was fat before the fight. 2 weak-ass tune-ups didn't prepare him. He's not the same as the Klitschko version. Wilder's going to knock him out easy. Y'all was saying this. This is what these shape-shifting motherfuckers do. Now they try to flip it like I have something against Tyson Fury. Motherfuckers was talking about ticket sales and all time. Oh, this fight sucks. No one's even buying tickets. Now Fury has a, fight of a lifetime, some movie shit. And now all of a sudden they love Fury. Get the fuck up out of here. I always fuck with Fury. These dudes flip-flop more than sandals. It's just the reality of it. I always liked Fury. I always told you that. Just like Floyd Mayweather Maidana. I always liked Maidana. I like Floyd, but I've always liked Maidana. Always. I think, I wish to this day, I wish Maidana was in the welterweight division. Fucking Danny Garcia, Maidana. Sean Porter, Maidana. Errol Spence, Maidana. Keith Thurman, Maidana. Get out of here. Pacquiao, Maidana. If Maidana was still in the game, if he wasn't on that Narcos Maidana shit, man, welterweight would be even more cracking. But then because I thought Floyd beat Maidana, oh, you fucking hate Maidana. They always try to flip it on me. But like I said, we're not worried about it. Proof is in the pudding. Shout out to you, Fury. You boxed your ass off. You won more rounds, but unfortunately, boxing is it's a scoring system. So when you lost 2 rounds, 10-8, that put Wilder back in the fight. End of story. Especially with them filler rounds, and he didn't come in like domineering the fight in round 1 and 2 where he was just like letting them go. That all came later in the fight. So like I'll watch it again, but shit, Wilder could have even won if you really think about it. Because if you gave him more than from round 1 to 8, if he gets more than 3 rounds, that means he won the fight. So if you gave him round 1, 2, and 3, 2, 3, and 4, I don't have them all memorized. 1, 2, and 5, anything like that, that means he won the fight with the 2 knockdowns. Some people, look, my man said he gave Wilder rounds 1 through 4. That would mean he won the fight with the knockdowns. And those were all swing rounds. Not all of them. I thought he really won round 2. But, some of the other ones were definitely swing rounds. Tyson, that's what I'm saying. People, it's emotion. It has to be. Because people are acting like Tyson Fury just started whipping ass in round 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like he was just like destroying Wilder. Wilder was not doing bad in those early rounds. In fact, I really remember him landing, but see, I've only seen the fight once. I've never watched it again. I've never seen 1 second of that fight, yet my memory still serves pretty correctly. And I remember looking at Wilder landing some good body shots. And I'm like, okay, because I've always thought to myself, this dude's athletic, 6'7", he's pretty quick. If he went to the body more with the power he has, he could be even more formidable. And I remember him landing to the body. See, the thing is, he abandoned the body attack, which Fury being on a long layoff and being like, you know, abusing his body or whatever he did in the past, he should have stuck to the body attack instead of headhunting. It's easier to hit Tyson. Tyson's wide, you know, so it's easier to target the body than to headhunt, especially when you have a guy, you know, doing that herky jerky shit and mambo dancing and all that stuff that Tyson Fury be doing, you know, with his long arm. He's too hard to hit clean. You know, other thing is, I don't know why Wilder wasn't jabbing more. He has a good jab. What are you doing? Like, you know, so Wilder didn't fight the perfect fight. Make no mistake about it. Wilder should have been jabbing. Listen, body work and jabbing, that is your best chance from what I've seen in boxing. When anybody like Lomachenko, great upper body movers like Canelo and stuff, that's your best chance. Because the thing is, Tyson Fury is hard to hit, especially with his size and all this. And you got to slow him down some type of way, because he has a lot of movement. You know, he has a lot of good upper body movement. Jab to the stomach. Learn that from Floyd. Jab, just bow. Little stuff like that. Because, you know, if whatever the body shots, that's like when people drink and start confessing shit like, hey, Lisa, I love you. You know, they say alcohol is a truth serum. Them body shots are a truth serum. You've seen it in Ward Kovalev too. Kovalev, he don't like no body shot from Dre. He don't like that. You know, so I think that would have been the ultimate way to try to slow Tyson Fury down. You know, learning a lesson. And a jab. A jab is the most underused, one of the first punches they teach you. And people don't use it enough. And that would have set up his combos. For whatever reason, Wilder was telegraphing and Wilder was loading up and he was so gung-ho again. See, the thing is, if you're going to be gung-ho against any of your 40 other opponents, it shouldn't have been Fury. Because this man has the upper body movement, the frame, and the experience where that's going to be a nightmare for you. That wasn't smart. You could maybe get away with it with like more inexperienced guy, you know, Gerald Washington, who didn't have as many pro fights, football player turned, you know, you might be able to get away with it with your immense power, which he did. Fury clearly won 5 through 8. That sounds about right. And see, people are strange because Fury won back-to-back rounds, but it's still a score. So they just forgot everything that happened in the first 4 rounds. And because Fury did so good in 5, 6, 7, 8 or whatever, hypothetically. Actually, hold on. Hold on. Yeah, I think that's, you know, my scorecard, I got to watch it again, so don't hold me to this. 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, and 11. I think those are the rounds I gave Fury. Don't hold me to this, but I think those are the rounds. Because I remember he won back-to-back rounds, and he was outboxing well. And then he got knocked down in 9, so he didn't win that one. But then he did very good the very next round. So I think, yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about right with what I had. 5. And actually, he might have won even more because it was a draw. So I think he won. I don't know. I got to watch it again. I got to watch because that's the way I could be more specific. But yeah, people just make it like Wilder was missing and like he did do nothing and Fury was doing everything in the first 4 rounds. Those first 4 rounds were pivotal, especially with the 2 knockdowns. Because like I said, boxing fans, a lot of them are fake, don't know how to score boxing. When Kovalev was the champion versus Ward, they were screaming all this, oh, Ward didn't win that. Andre Ward didn't win that. You got to do more to beat the champ. You got to beat the champ. You got to take the champ's belt. Oh, this is bullshit. You got to do more to beat the champ. Well, guess what? Deontay Wilder is the champ. So in close rounds, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Somewhere in that vicinity, why is it explicitly, you know, like reasonable to have given him any of those rounds. Yet giving, like, to me, it sounds crazier that people gave Tyson Fury 8 rounds, the first 8 rounds easy. That sounds crazier than what I'm saying. It really does. That sounds crazy that you gave Wilder none round in the first 8. That sounds crazy because I didn't see all of that. But see, look, that's a good point. He says Wilder was missing, but Fury did not make him pay. But that's the thing. He didn't miss in every single instance. He did land some, but he did miss a lot, which is probably what result. You know, it's just a good fight, man, which resulted in him being tired. You know. See, Amir King Khan, that's a good point. He said Wilder was missing so much, but Fury only outlanded Wilder by 13 punches. That's a great point. That's what I'm saying. That listen, if you look at Floyd Mayweather fights, okay, look at any fight do you feel Floyd Mayweather dominate, like Robert Guerrero. I promise you, I don't even know the stats in the CompuBox, but do your research and tell me that Floyd only landed 13 more shots than Robert Guerrero. I would be shocked. You know, I would be shocked if that was the case, because I know it's not. I know he landed more than 13 more. Because when you look at the end of Floyd fights, his shit be 27 to 44% and all this shit, and the other person be at 19 or 15, you know, something weak. And because he has a defense. And then people say all this stuff like Fury was just dominating the distance and controlling. Then why did he even get dropped twice? If he was this master ring general that was untouchable and completely had taken off, like, why did he get touched? Not once, but then get touched worse in the 12th round. Doesn't make sense to me. 13 punch differential. He was doing well, and I don't want to undermine that, but the way people are saying it, like, if you had him winning 8 rounds and then I'm like, why did he even get touched in the 9th round? And then after that experience, he got touched even worse in the 12th. So if Wilder was so inaccurate, missing, and Fury was just dominating, then why did he get dropped? I mean, when have you seen that from a Floyd Mayweather fight? Honestly, when have you seen Floyd Mayweather start to take away, and then as the fight advances and gets in the later rounds, he loses worse? It's actually the opposite. You see Floyd Mayweather with Canelo, you know, the first 2 rounds, somewhat competitive. 3rd round, less competitive. 4th round, fuck. 5th round, bye-bye Canelo. 6th round, okay, that's your ass, Mr. Postman. 7th round, damn Canelo. 8th round, you know, and it just gets worse. You look at Cotto. Cotto was fucking with Floyd. It's an elite level fight. He was in there, made Floyd's nose bleed. Then what happened? Floyd, he's like, okay, this is what he's trying to do. As the fight wore on, he started murking Cotto. Shane Mosley clocked the fuck out of Floyd. Got him good too. Round 2. What happened? Hey, no, guys, what happened? What happened, guys? Round 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You know, Floyd Mayweather versus Juan Manuel Marquez. He knocked him down maybe in the 2nd round. What happened? What happened, guy? Right? Then it got worse for Marquez. And then he was like, no catching up. So, you know, if this was such a masterclass like people are labeling it, then how do you get done up worse as the fight progresses, as opposed to totally just, you know, that's why I don't consider it a master. It was a great boxing clinic in spots, but I can't say it's a master class, because a master class you're not getting is going to get worse for the opponent. Once they have you figured out, it's worse. You're not the one, you know, 1 click away from, you know, 1 second away from being counted out. That's not a master class to me. You know, I respect Fury and everything he's done, but again, when I think of a masterclass, I'm thinking of like with Floyd, he takes away, like Juan Manuel Marquez versus Floyd. there was no way Marquez was going to catch him. He wasn't making no mistakes. Floyd looked sharp. That's an underrated Floyd. This motherfucker Floyd came off a damn near 2-year layoff, and he was piecing up Marquez. And Marquez is one of my favorites. But let's be real. You know, as the fight won, it was like, damn, this is just stupid. But they saying Fury put on a master. Why is he getting hurt in the 9th and 12th round and dropped if it was such a masterclass? Usually when guys like, if Edeslandi Lara and Delvin Rodriguez, let's say the fight's close in the first 2-3 rounds, you're not catching him. You know, it's going to get worse. And you see Delvin Rodriguez looking crazy. Shout out to Kieri Johnson, $5 Super Chat. How Fury dominated when he's the boxer and Wilder is so sloppy and can't box, but the boxer only landed 13 more punches than Wilder and dropped twice. That's what I'm saying. That's why, like, people, you know, Paulie, what he did, and then, like, you know, when Teddy Atlas and Jeff Horn and Pacquiao, like, it's like sometimes the commentators are like, I don't know if they're doing it for ratings or just to make their impressions felt or whatever, but it's like kind of like over exaggerated, you know, and then people start really believing that. Listen, I had Pacquiao beating Jeff Horn, but I wouldn't cry robbery because Pacquiao looked like shit. And it was a pretty close fight. You know, Pacquiao got hurt in round 6, and then he hurt badly Jeff Horn in round 9. You know, and then some of them other rounds were hard to decipher. This is boxing, people. Styles make fights. Certain styles, they just gel well. You know, it makes it hard to score to some degree. But, you know, I don't really see all this. I told you this from the moment I left the venue. I was at the fight. I didn't really see this as being this, like, you know, crazy thing. You know, honestly, just to be honest, I think Andre Ward Kovalev was harder to score to me because Kovalev didn't get knocked down. And the reason I gave it to Ward was largely based on Ward's aggression and body work late, you know, so it kind of even depends on how you view the body work. And Kovalev was still doing pretty well, like in the first fight I'm talking about, you know, so that fight was closer to me. This fight, I really seen it as a draw because it was like you can clearly see Wilder getting outboxed in the rounds he was getting outboxed, and you could clearly tell the ones that he won, you know, or pretty clearly. So, you know, I think Ward Kovalev is more kind of debatable, you know, like, because Kovalev, I remember Dre went like this and went to bolo punch, and Kovalev was just like, yeah, and hit him with a jab and rocked Ward's head back, and then he did it again. That was late in the fight. So, you know, there were some good moments. So that, to me, that fight was harder to decipher. That was harder to score. This wasn't really all too crazy. Clearly, Pernell Whitaker was Rob versus Chavez. That's what I'm saying. But once again, a lot of people don't know shit about boxing, so everything's a robbery, everything's controversial. When the guy that you want to win doesn't win, you know, you scream bloody murder. You know, I'm done talking about it. I don't want to take away, you know, from what they did. Fury's a G, Wilder's a G. They both did what Joshua didn't, and they put on a hell of a fight. Hopefully we get a rematch. No, you know, usually rematches, you get to see a clear victor. So let's wait for that. But, you know, that's my thoughts on it. At the end of the day, right or wrong, I always tell you how I feel, why I feel. And again, I don't see what I'm saying as being unreasonable. It was a great fight. You know, and honestly, in my heart, I wanted it to be a draw because I didn't want Tyson Fury to get an L for that. I didn't want Wilder to get an L for that. I think they both fought their arse, as you guys say in the UK. They fought their arse off. You know, it's just that type of fight, bro. Who's Usyk Busyk? Yeah, block Usyk Busyk. I'm not even reading the rest of what he put. It's not worth it. See how they try to catch me up? Listen, I know what I say, and I'm there when I say it. I said I have to rewatch it because I remember watching it live. I don't have every single round picture perfect. Like round 1 and round 3, I don't remember exactly what sequences happened. All I remember is I was scoring it in my head, and I did not give Fury the first 8 rounds. I gave Wilder round 2, clearly gave him the knockdown rounds. He needed one more, and I know I gave him at least one more, you know. So that solves that. And that's how boxing is scored. Like I said, just someone explain, what did Tyson Fury do in the first 3 rounds that was so phenomenal where bar none, he captured all those rounds? That's all I need to hear from y'all. And then I'm done with this. What did Tyson Fury do in round 1, 2, and 3, especially since I just watched the Showtime epilogue and his trainer says, I know there's probably some openings now, but don't take them. Wait. You'll have more opportunities late in the fight. So hold off on that. Just keep measuring and controlling your distance. So to me, that's an indication of what the fuck I seen. Tyson's game plan was to stay relatively safe, use a bunch of feints to off throw Wilder, not get hit with anything too clean. And that's why he was losing some of those rounds, because Wilder was still the aggressor for most of the fight. Despite him missing some shots trying to find his range, he still did connect with some of them, like power punches, like things that weren't, he didn't even really use his jab too much throughout the fight. So everything he was throwing was a power punch, be it telegraphed or not. He was throwing body shots. He was landing some of the body shots. He was landing some power shots. He was landing some shit on the, arms. He was landing different stuff, and he was missing some. It was a mixed batch. But that was because Tyson Fury did like Lamont Peterson versus Danny Garcia, where he stayed safe early and then turned it up a notch. No problem with that. But in a close fight, and this particular fight, when you get knocked down twice, plus you started off relatively slow and more defensive, that's why it's a draw. It's very simple. It's very simple. And Wilder, now the more I think about it, Wilder might have even won this fight, because you might have been able to give Wilder more than round 2 and 3. He might have won round 1 and 4, or one of them. If Wilder won round 2, 3, if he won the first 3 rounds, he wins the fight. It's that simple. If you gave Wilder 3 rounds in the beginning of the fight, when not too much was happening, that means he won the fight with the 2 knockdowns. So, I was always saying the draw, but the more I keep thinking about it, see, it's getting worse for y'all, because now the reality's setting in. The more y'all making me think about this, Wilder might have won the fight, because I remember I did not give Tyson Fury the first 8 rounds. That's ridiculous, because he was jabbing and feinting. He wasn't in no complete control. Wilder was missing, but he was still aggressive enough where he was landing it. Again, I'll watch before I render my verdict, but the first 4 or 5 rounds, Tyson Fury, I didn't really see too much offensively from him outside of a jab. And if you gave Wilder 3 rounds up front and then he started looking shittier, then that means he won the fight with the 2 knockdowns. It's that simple. Motherfuckers screaming masterclass. Who gets knocked down brutally twice when they're schooling their opponent? So obviously it wasn't that much of a masterclass if you got, on life support in the 12th round. It was a good boxing clinic up until those mistakes were made. Wilder found his range or whatever. It was a good fight, classic fight. But I know Wilder did not lose the first 4 rounds 0-4, just goose egg. That's ridiculous. That's what you want me to believe. Like I said, that sounds crazier than anything else. But see, if you know how to score boxing, you don't get more points deducted for missing. That's not how that works. You can look sloppy and still win. John Molina was not doing good versus Mickey Bey. We clearly know who's the better fighter in terms of boxer. But guess what? He knocked Mickey Bey out in the final. That's what it takes. Like, look at Lucas Matisse versus Taram Kawam. That guy from Thailand he fought before Pacquiao. Matisse looked like shit, but he still won the fight. Even let's say Matisse didn't knock him out. if he knocked him out like one more time, then that would have probably erased, because I think he knocked him down twice. But if he knocked him down, let's say twice or 3 times, and then won some rounds in the back end, that means he would have won the fight. And he looked like shit. Lucas Matisse looked like pure RD shit in the Tawam Kawam fight. But he still won. I mean, his was a knockout. But even if he didn't get the knockout, he could have won. And it doesn't matter how shitty he looked up front. The knockdowns save you. See? Oh my gosh. Jason Murillo. That's what I'm talking about. Eagles Army, we so strong. He said Adrian Granados was losing clearly to Amir Imam, and then he knocked his ass out. And Granados had been knocked down early by Amir Imam. This is boxing, people. You know? You look at Andre Durrell versus James DeGale. He got knocked down twice in the beginning and fought to a draw. And I thought that was fair. This is boxing. Andre Durrell, it was looking bad for him in the first 2 rounds. But the thing is, James DeGale started losing hella consecutive rounds after that. I don't have every round memorized. That's another example of it. But see, these motherfuckers, they want to come and criticize me, and they don't know how to score. They don't know how to add. They don't know about these fights because they don't watch the fights like me. They don't watch the fights like a lot of y'all. Andre Durrell versus James DeGale was scored a draw, even though James DeGale badly knocked down Andre Durrell, and it looked like it was going to be over in the first 2 rounds. But Durrell got his ass back up and started boxing well, so he fought to a draw. Same thing with Victor Ortiz and Lamont Peterson. Lamont Peterson got dropped, I think, twice and fought to a draw. It wasn't a draw, DeGale versus Durrell. What was it? Did they give it to DeGale? DeGale won the... yeah. Actually, I think he did one. I actually had it a draw. That's what I meant to say then. I had it a draw. Because James DeGale started losing hella rounds. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I think they gave it to James DeGale. I said that wrong. I thought it was a draw, though. So, either way, that's the thing. I mean, Lamont Peterson, Victor Ortiz, same thing. Lamont Peterson got knocked down by Victor Ortiz. Fought to a draw. It's boxing. You can come back from knockdown. Juan Manuel Marquez, no one talks about this. Marquez got knocked down 3 times by Pacquiao, fought to a draw. I understand the scorecard and all that, but as it sits, he got a draw on his record. It's boxing. Knockdowns help you, but they don't save you if you lose, hella rounds. So, no, I'm not doing no hot seat. These dudes are bums. I mean, like I said, I'm not worried about it. They're gonna rematch. I plan to be there for the rematch. Let's see it. May the best man win. That'll settle everything. And if Wilder wins, they're gonna do what they did to Andre Ward and say, "Oh yeah, but Tyson Fury won the first one." Come on, bro. We know the game already before it happens. Same thing like Lomachenko. Lomachenko wins but doesn't impress, and it's okay to say Kell Brook wins and for me to scrutinize his performance. But then when we look at Lomachenko, who had a bad performance, he didn't look like himself, put it that way. Then they're like, oh no, don't talk about that. Nope. Anybody can get it. This is boxing talk. We talking about what really happened. Yeah, Lomachenko, I mean, we'll see, but he didn't look sensational to me. Dan Rayfield scored the fight for Wilder, though, to be honest. Yeah, man, this is crazy. Lomachenko don't have to rematch the guy that beat him, Salido. Gary Russell has improved since. See, listen, they want Canelo, who got his ass whipped by Mayweather. They want Mayweather to move up. Even though he's retired, they want him to move up and fight Canelo. But Gary Russell versus Lomachenko, they're like, oh, Lomachenko already beat him, and they don't want that rematch, which I think would be a good rematch at this point. And Gary Russell said, I'm chasing Lomachenko. You know? So he doesn't have to fight Salido, doesn't have to rematch Gary Russell, even though most people would say he's better. He became a champion with better wins after the loss to Lomachenko. You know, beat Joseph Jojo Diaz, an Olympian, beat Oscar. What's the dude's name? Ruben Guerrero's training. Fuck. Why can't I think of his name? It's the power puncher. Anyway, he beat him, beat Johnny Gonzalez, etc. You know, he could say Pacquiao's old and not fight him. But we supposed to... So we have to watch Jose Pedraza and Lomachenko, but a Pacquiao fight is out of the question because Pacquiao's too old and it's too easy. All right. Oscar Escandon, thank you. See, we got real boxing fans in there. Why AJ want to fight Ortiz? I don't think he wants to fight Ortiz. Where'd you hear that? Yeah, man. You got my man Salido stealing beer. He's stealing cervezas. Give my man Salido another opportunity. You know, and now it doesn't even matter because you waited 4 years and he lost to Mickey Roman, who just lost to Miguel Berchelt. So, you know, who cares about the rematch that much now? But, you know, that's what I'm saying. This is what happens. Old media, they're okay with that. They're okay with Gennady Golovkin never fighting Jacobs again, never fighting Charlo. They're okay with... They just want Golovkin to fight Canelo 1,000 times. You know, they're okay with Lomachenko never rematching Salido and clearing up that it was the weight and, you know, it was only the second pro fight. I'm better now. You know, he just doesn't have to prove that. Lomachenko looked pissed at the post-fight press conference. His face was all beat up. And then Ellie asked him a question. He was like, did you watch the fight? He sounded kind of cranky because his face, this is Lomachenko post-fight against a guy who's not really the biggest puncher, to be honest. This is what I told you guys. Like, bro, if Pedraza, who has under 50% knockouts and has been knocked out by Tank Davis, if he has your face looking like that, you better hope Mikey and Tank don't connect, or Machado and stuff. It don't connect frequently because they're bigger punchers, simply put. He's supposed to want to avenge the loss. See, this is what I'm saying. They don't give black and brown fighters, they don't give them a lot of credit with that. Like Canelo, he heard the draw controversy, and he took the Golovkin fight again. Right after failed a drug test, but then he came right back to it. Did the Nevada year round, and Canelo still fought him. Golovkin didn't give Jacobs a rematch. He could have fought Jacobs, you know, tried to fight him after Canelo failed the drug test. He could have fought Derevyanchenko, but he let Jacobs do it. Hey, yo, boy, Tommy Boy, mad as fuck. He said, who gives a shit how his face look? All right, make the Mikey Garcia fight. And then you'll see. It'll all make sense to you. He said, who gives a fuck? See, you dudes be fake, bro. Because when Golovkin fought Jacobs and then Jacobs post-fight had glasses, y'all motherfuckers was quick to say, oh, look at Jacobs' face. Why is he wearing glasses? Golovkin's face looks cleaner. Y'all motherfuckers be judging fighters post-fight face all day. And then when I show you Lomachenko, you offended because Loma look like that. I'm going to leave it on the screen even longer for you. Just because it hurts your feelings. This is your new screensaver. Just because I know it hurts Tommy Boy. Bro, it wasn't Lomachenko's sharpest performance. It's not my fault. I'm not Pedraza. I'm just telling you what I saw. Yeah, I watched it and Loma dominated. All right. He dominated. This is your new screensaver. He's like, why the fuck are you? Who cares about his face? Yeah, he dominated. Everybody in the world is saying that. See, it doesn't matter what you guys say because at the end of the day, you know, not everyone's not saying what you're saying. You know, people are now saying, oh, hey, I don't know. I didn't know if Gervonta Tank Davis could beat Loma, but now I think he can. Man, Mikey would destroy. I mean, so you can try to push your own narrative. You know, good luck with that. You know what you should do, Tommy Boy, Chris Farley? I'm going to leave your screensaver up while I say this. But what you should do, hold on. I know it. This one, I'm going to have to, look. I'm going to enlarge it for you. Picture me rolling. We're going to make it bigger for you so you can see it. Is it clear to you? Picture me rolling. Hey, picture me rolling, Tommy Boy. Lomachenko had only 12 pro fights. Yeah, but he has over 400 between the World of Boxing tournament and his amateur career. So that's an excuse. Good try, though. I'm just going to leave y'all screensaver up because I know it is hurting your feelings. Bro, this is the reality. Like, why are you mad at me? I didn't do this to him. I'm just talking boxing, bro. How are you offended at me? Who gives a fuck what his face look like? Let Floyd's face look like that. I'm pretty sure you will probably sing a whole different tune. You be like, yeah, look at Floyd's lip after the Maidana fight. Well, Floyd's whole face didn't look like, you know, hamburger meat, but whatever. I'm gonna just do all my live streams like this. Fuck it. This is all my live streams. Just to make, yeah, you are mad, bro. Come on, bro. You mad. I'm gonna do all my live streams like this just for you. Tommy Boy mad as fuck, bro. He was crying in there. You talk about who gives a... Bro, we're only talking boxing. It's about... Let me come back on you one time. The reason why people care is because he's in a new division and his recent performances in that new division haven't looked like his best work. So naturally, people are going to insinuate, be curious as to what the outcome of other fights would be. Like, Pedraza is not a notable puncher like that. He's actually new to the division. Pedraza has a 44% knockout ratio. He got about 27 fights, 12 knockouts, right? And, you know, it's naturally, you know, boxing's a what have you done for me lately sport. So naturally, if you see Lomachenko, you're saying he dominated. He dominated the 11th round, but he didn't look dominant. Like, that is not the Lomachenko we're used to seeing. I don't know. Why is it so hard for you guys to admit what you've seen? I just want to know that. Why is it so hard? Like, you guys make it like I'm the bad guy because I'm being real. Why is it so hard to admit that that wasn't Lomachenko's best? Do you think, we'll ask you a very, very basic question. Was that the best Lomachenko performance you have seen? Tommy Boy. So out of Lomachenko, he only has 13 fights, so it shouldn't be that hard. So out of his 13 fights, was that the best that Loma has looked to you? Hold on, give Tommy Boy a chance. Give the boy Tommy Boy. Give the boy Tommy Boy. Give him a chance to respond. Where you at, Tommy Boy? But did he just come off shoulder? Why is it so hard? See, look, I don't care about your banter. It's a very simple, you're like, oh yeah, but does he have hemorrhoids or not? I don't know. Was it Lomachenko's best performance? Okay, you just put no. So what is there to be angry for, bro? That's all people were saying. It wasn't his best work. Maybe he learns from it and goes back to the gym 10 times harder, but obviously boxing is a what have you done for me lately type of sport. So seeing that and seeing him look human, seeing him not shoot the right, seeing his face look like your new screensaver, people have questions. People are like, oh man, shit, Pedraza's not even the greatest puncher. So if he can do that, then imagine Mikey if he landed his best shots at lightweight or 140. Damn, Gervonta Tank Davis has a mean streak. He's a southpaw. And then also Lomachenko, his personality seems a bit like kind of cocky, which is cool. You can be a cocky fighter. Like Roy Jones, my favorite. He's cocky. He's the king of cocky. But this is the thing. Roy Jones didn't turn down no fade. We just heard Lomachenko say, I don't want to fight Pacquiao. Why? Because he's too old. Listen, if you could justify fighting Jose Pedraza, then why can't you fight Pacquiao? He has a belt too. And he's clearly a more decorated belt holder. Pacquiao's at the point he doesn't even need belts. So how can you just dismiss Pacquiao as an old legend and you don't want to have to beat the old legend? Right? Goodfella 98, honestly, Pedraza didn't do much and never hurt Lomachenko once. Loma probably just has a soft face. You don't know what you're talking about, bro, because he actually did hurt him. He hurt him to the body. See, this is what I'm saying. These dudes, they get offended, but they don't know boxing. Bro, I didn't even score the Pedraza fight. It doesn't matter. Here, let me go back to your screensaver because I know it's bothering you. And I know you already hit your dislike, so we're gonna just post up on your favorite screensaver. We're just going to leave it like this. We're just going to leave it like this, though. Every time you get online, I'm going to just go back to your screensaver. Bro, it's not so much about what rounds Pedraza, because I didn't even score it like that. But I know the fight leading up until the point of the knockdown. In the 11th, or knockdowns, excuse me, in the 11th, it was competitive. The bottom line is he was in there with the 50-1 underdog and Exhibit A. So you're like, hey, how many rounds you get Pedraza? Pedraza lost. There's no doubt about it. Nobody, I don't even think Pedraza himself is complaining about it. Bro, it's where they said Lomachenko. If you listen, this is not my doing. If Bob Arum says this dude's better than Muhammad Ali, you got hefty shoes to fill. I'm sorry. I didn't create that. I never compared him to Muhammad Ali. His promoters did. So, okay, Mr. Muhammad Ali's face wasn't looking like that at any age. It just, the stuff, it's becoming like Golovkin and HBO. It's like these networks and promoters, they push a lot of energy and they have this affinity for certain fighters that they want to force you into believing. Chocolatito, oh, he's about to break Floyd's record. Luis is trolling you. He said he has a soft face. That's a new case. These dudes is full of shit. Now Lomachenko's face is soft, but then when he fought Nicholas Walters, his face didn't look like that. So what happened to Mr. Soft Face then? So it's only a soft face against Mariaga and fights where he looks vulnerable. Stop it, bro. So you're admitting Loma didn't look good either. So what are you really arguing for? Like, I don't get it. I don't understand what your point. So once again, this is how I know what is emotion with these guys, because it doesn't sound like we disagree on anything. All I said was this wasn't Lomachenko's best work. Y'all making that like I hate Loma or some extra shit, but then you're agreeing with me. You just said he didn't look good. So what are you even complaining? Why are you even speaking out like you're trying to defend the performance? Oh, how many rounds did you get Pedraza? It doesn't matter. Pedraza was a 50-1 underdog based on how they've built up Lomachenko. And he was holding his own. You know? There's fights where, you know, it's competitive. Like, put it this way. Let's say Andre Ward fought Alexander Brand before the Kovalev fight, which he did fight. And then post-fight, his face was looking like that. What do you think? Honestly, what do you think people would say? What would people say about that? And you could, but Pedraza was a champ. Bro, it's all based on he's a champ because he was a champ because Top Rank, you know, put him in the fight with Ray Beltran, who also won a vacant title. And then they want to feed him to Lomachenko so Lomachenko could look good. And he didn't look good. You know? Okay, so who else is that? Like Teofimo. Teofimo right now, if Top Rank wanted to, they could have put him in with the guy that Ray Beltran fought for the title. Teofimo might have been able to beat that guy. Teofimo might have been able to beat Ray Beltran, you know? Possibly. We don't know. So then that means Teofimo would have been a champion. So, you know, don't act like you don't understand the match. It's just like AJ fought Charles Martin. So, yeah, of course Joshua is going to become a champion because Charles Martin wasn't really proven. Pedraza, name all of Pedraza's fights. Damn, my shooter just clapped you. But anyway, y'all could play the game. He says y'all are some dick riders, but he's the one crying over here. That's why I left his screenshot up for him. Once again, emotion. I told y'all. Nobody's mad at Loma. He's a good fighter. But I just know you can't get hit by everybody. That's boxing. That's basic boxing shit. You know, like even like let's say Gerald Miller, the way like Gerald Miller's my dude, but the way he walked down Dinu, you can't necessarily walk down Joshua and just walk in the front door and just walk him down, Joshua or Wilder, like that. You know, you're going to have to get more creative. Do you get what I'm saying? That's all. Because Joshua and Wilder hit too hard where, you know, what you could do with Dinu and get away with, that's not going to work necessarily. So I'm sure Gerald Miller is aware of that and, you know, he'll prepare for if he gets the Joshua fight. It's common sense. You know, all I know is Lomachenko, you know, he didn't look his Sunday best. And these dudes, this is the funny part about it. These dudes keep saying they agree with me, but then there's resistance. Tommy Boy, you just don't get it. He says, I'm not hating at all. All I said is, you know, you said it angrily. You said, who gives a fuck? That's what you said. You said, who gives a fuck about his face? Now you're trying to downplay it. Now you're saying, all I said is, who cares what his face looks like? He won. He knocked him down twice. You know, but that's not what you put. You said, who gives a fuck with his face? So that to me right there indicates it's something. Now you're trying to backtrack. You're trying to back off the blocks. But it's cool. You know, we're just going to go back to your screensaver. You know. Every time you get out of line, I'm gonna be like your dad. We're just gonna punish you. We're just gonna go back to your screensaver. And bro, it's not just about the Pedraza. He beat Pedraza. Nobody's these dudes. I'm trying to tell you, this is beta male shit. These dudes are so insecure that they know what you're saying is true, but they're insecure and they feel the need to try to defend something. It's okay. Like, okay, they say ego. You love Wilder. You're a Wilder dick sucker. But I told you Wilder looked sloppy in those middle rounds. See, I don't have to lie. I still think the fight was a draw based on what he did right. Do you get what I'm saying? But these dudes, they're so insecure, they can't keep it a stack. You know, they can't just admit that Lomachenko, they want to just keep this facade of Lomachenko and, Demetrix and all this shit. So they can't just admit what they seen. And then they halfway admit it, but then they get mad. Oh, who gives a fuck about his face? He still won. Nobody's disputing that. Pedraza's not disputing that he lost. We all know Pedraza lost. But if you mean to tell me that you can't understand that a 50-1, 37-1, depending on what betting site you went to, a major underdog holding his own when he was expected to get, destroyed against the Matrix High Tech, it's common sense. It wasn't his best performance. Lomachenko, I can't speak for him, but I'm pretty sure he realizes it wasn't his best performance. Go look at his post-fight interviews. He was kind of short-tempered because I think he's a true competitor. So I think he was annoyed that his performance, that, he was made to look like that because he was super short. Ellie asked him a question and he was like, "Did you watch the fight?" What did he say? Like, and I noticed there's a lot of foreign fighters. They don't want to talk English. Me no speaking English and shit. All of a sudden, when things don't go their way, when they lose a fight or, they're in a bad mood because, they didn't look great in the fight. Now all of a sudden, they don't want to speak English anymore. They don't want to deal with, the language barrier or whatever. I've noticed that. Lomachenko, the whole buildup for the fight was speaking English. And I was giving him credit because he was using his English. Then all of a sudden, Jose Pedraza is a tougher fight than probably he anticipated. His face is all marked up and he seemed a little bit irritable. He seemed a bit irate. Talking to Ellie like, "Did you watch the fight?" So that's the reality of it. Nobody said Pedraza won. See, that's what I'm saying. These these dudes. Someone said, "Mommy boy." So that's what I'm saying. These dudes be so insecure, like it's like they feel like overprotective parents, like that. Oh, you got to try to protect it. Listen, it wasn't Lomachenko's best work. He got the victory. Damn, my shooter's clapping. It's funny. Like I said, they halfway agree, but they know they all the way agree. They just admitted, both of the dudes that just got blocked by my shooters, they just admitted that it wasn't Lomachenko's best performance, yet they're up here arguing with everybody angry. What are you angry for? It sounds like we all agree that it wasn't Lomachenko's best performance. Listen, I'm going to ask one more time. Does anyone feel that Lomachenko Pedraza was Lomachenko's best work? If you think he was in the Matrix and all that, and he looked great outside of just one round 11, please speak now. Because if you don't, then we don't really disagree with anything. They want to make it like I'm the bad guy, like I'm saying something that's outrageous, but they know in their heart of all hearts, they agree. That's why they got to say radical shit. Like you'll see him in the comments say, "Oh, Lomachenko, oh, I'm so impressed. That round 11 he's the god." They got to say crazy stuff because they have to overcompensate. See, it's just like a motherfucker with a little dick or something. Like you have to overcompensate and get a huge monster truck to try to impress girls or flaunt your money and shit like that. This is what these fans do. Like if you have money, for example, you got money. Like if you get a lot of women, you get a lot of women. You don't have to necessarily like advertise it and all that. People just know what it is. If you're established, they know what it is. If you balling, they know what it is. If you get a lot of bitches, they know what it is. You smash a lot of chicks, they know what it is. You don't have to your reputation is going to precede you. They be like, "Oh man, Trey Songz, he slept with a lot of girls. I heard about him." That's what people do. It's the ones that be trying to always talk about their conquest for no reason. And like that, people be overcompensating. So cops do this too. Like I knew some people in high school where they were like doing the little police cadet and they were like fucking geeks. So when they got a little badge and got a little bit of power work, doing like the police thing or later became cops, now all of a sudden, because they got a gun and shit, now they like You know, they was getting bullied and shit in high school, but now that they're cops, now they overcompensate and, you know, abuse the power because they're not used to having power. They're not used to being the person behind a badge that people have to respect. They're not used to having like power of a weapon and, you know, what I say is law. It's overcompensating. It's okay. Lomachenko didn't look like Lomachenko. It's okay. He did great in 11th. That, you know, saved his performance somewhat. But through the totality, put it this way, there were more rounds that didn't look like round 11 than did look anything close to round 11, which is what we're accustomed to seeing. Like just more, you know, getting off when he wants. You know, even like I said, you guys are so like overprotective where you make it look bad for the fighter because the world's seen what it was. The whole world's seen what happened. So by Top Rank ESPN making a highlight reel and not showing any of Pedraza's round 10 and making it look like Pedraza was just getting decked and like carefully selecting out Lomachenko's best rounds and then his round 11, that's bullshit. You know, this is kind of what Conor McGregor got not in trouble for, but with the Paulie Malignaggi thing. Paulie's like, show the whole fucking tape, you know, because Paulie putting up, I mean, Conor got all the tape and he only putting up the parts where Paulie looked bad and like was getting knocked down for or pushed down or whatever. Block, stay real. Get him the fuck out of here. You don't tell me what to do. You sit back. This is a roller coaster. You sit back and enjoy. Block, stay real. Get him out of here. I'll buy another one. I don't want him here. Get him. You don't tell me what to do. Why don't these dudes start their own channel? I don't get it. Just start your own channel. You start your own channel. I'm full of shit. I'm hater, racist, by all that. Great. You start your own shit. You do this. I'll see you at the fights if you make it there. But anyway, you know, it looks bad. You know, you're carefully selecting out like highlights of only you and shit like that. That's why, you know, Conor McGregor also did that to what's old boy from Australia that Earl Spence knocked out? Chris. Why am I'm fucking struggling with names today? What's the Aussie from that Errol Spence knocked out that fought Conor McGregor, sparred him? I'm striking. I'm normally on point with the names. I don't know why. What is dude's name? The guy Conor McGregor, Chris Van Heerden. Thank you. Fuck, I was struggling. It's the same thing. Conor McGregor had, you know, all this minutes of sparring with him, and then he just made a highlight reel and released it of Chris Van Heerden getting punched in the face. And he was like, man, fuck no, that's not how it went down. He was like, man, I was landing good shots too. Yeah, but they gonna edit it out. You know, that's what they did to Loma. That looks worse. You know, go watch the highlight reel. They got Lomachenko. It's on YouTube. They got Lomachenko, all his best shots. And when he was getting hurt, when Lomachenko got hurt to the body, and when Pedraza was landing some good combos, especially in round 10, they didn't show none of that. So now it just looks like it's like a highlight reel, you know, of Lomachenko doing great. But that's not the fight. Like, is this a Lomachenko montage highlight reel for his channel, or is it a recap of the fight? That's horrible. You know, that's like me working for Showtime, and then I edit Deontay Wilder, all of his shots, and then Tyson Fury's eyes rolling in the back of his head and the knockdown, but all the clever, witty hands behind the back, and when Tyson Fury was getting combos, I don't put none of that in the edit. Come on, bro. Yeah, you know, I would never do that. You know, just like I don't believe in it. I don't think you have to do that. Like, why would I have to edit it to make it look like something that it wasn't? Me as an editor, I wanted to make it look as cracking as possible. So I just want to show the best of the best scenes. Like I used to do like Ray J. I got this I filmed Ray J. He was at a concert, you know, the club. I knew the promoter out in the Bay. So I filmed this Ray J thing. So, you know, I'm just trying to make it look like it was dope. That, you know, that's basically what it is. Like, I don't have to, like, I can't do it. Yeah, I can't do the copyright though. Look, this is throwback. This is hella old. Look, so I'm just trying to show like what I seen at the. Oh my gosh, this girl had so much. She had so much cake. So you just try to show best moments and shit. That shit was tight though. Her right there. Oh, get it. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh. Oh, kill him. Man, I should have got her number, man. This shit was cracking. We out here in the Bay, bro. So anyway, that's like an old years ago, like an edit I did in the Bay. I'm just trying to show. He said Ray J is a great street crip. Damn, he been out in LA for a minute, so you know, fuck it. Moesha. Shout out to Ray J, man. Why don't you edit anymore? I do edit. Who do you think make these fucking videos? What? Listen, I get paid doing this. You know, editing it's just time consuming. I'm doing boxing. This is what I do full time. So it's like I'm only one person, you know. I can only do one. I still got it, you know, I can still edit. That's it. That's easy. That shit like riding a bike. I still edit. I mean, I edit. Who do you think make these videos? What the fuck? The edits don't have to be as intense, you know, but anyway. Yeah, I mean, so I could easily do that and make it look like some shit like one person was just destroying somebody. That's, come on, bro. I thought you would have had a job on the side. I don't need a job on the side, you know. I told you the CPM is crazy. I mean, I just don't have the time to edit. Like, it's like I'm covering fights, you know. I would love it. It's like, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's just hard. It's hard to be, you're one person. Are you still looking for help with the channel? Hell yeah. I mean, this is what I'm saying. I can't do everything, but I'm looking for quality, man. I need that quality because, like I said, coming from a video editing background, I know what, I mean, I got videos on World Star. Motherfuckers don't know, man. I've been doing it. I've been at this. But you do your channel by yourself, you is working. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I don't edit, because I don't have time to pick up side jobs. Editing, you know, it could be time consuming. So I haven't needed to, you know. Jose de Jesus, holla at me, channel member. But anyway, yeah, the way Top Rank, ESPN, they making it like Lomachenko was just like in the one side. This is what they did to Chocolatito. Man, I'm telling you, this is not good for the fighter. They did this to Ronda Rousey. I mean, I don't know why people don't learn. Let these fighters earn it. Let Ronda Rousey, when it's all written, let her be where she ends up. But they was doing too much. Oh, Ronda Rousey, she kills any female fighter. Man, Ann Wolf would beat her ass. What you talking about? Ann Wolf would destroy Ronda Rousey. Like, I wouldn't even want to watch it, bro. You think that Wilder Tyson Fury shit was bad? So don't say she's the best female fighter ever. You can't say that. She better look to put Ann Wolf in an arm bar and break her shit ASAP. Because as long as she has one good arm, Ann Wolf would destroy Ronda Rousey. Y'all was saying that Ann Wolf could beat, I mean, not Ann Wolf. Y'all was saying Ronda Rousey could beat Floyd. Bro, Floyd, they're great white hypes. Bro, Floyd though? Floyd get respect from grown-ass men like Canelo. And you think Ronda Rousey could ever fuck with him? Have you ever seen her shadow box? She be shadow boxing all crazy. But this what y'all like, you know? So, you know, it is what it is. Like I said, I'm going to put out the content I put out. And I'm going to always be real. I'm from the Bay. This is what we got to do. You know, we got to keep it all the way solid, not see-through. So, y'all could do whatever you want. But, yeah, saying Ronda Rousey's the greatest and, you know, only showing Lomachenko highlights. All right. But you just putting more pressure on him. So, let's see the Mikey Garcia fight. Let's see Mikey Garcia versus Loma. You know, if he doesn't get banged up too, because if he gets banged up brutally by Errol Spence, then I don't know how much. Hadmo, man. I don't know how much I want to see it. But, you know, if he comes out, obviously if he wins, but even if he loses, but it's not like where he got like damaged goods loss, then let's see Lomachenko and Mikey Garcia. That'll prove who's the best lightweight because it's between them two. Gotta keep it solid, not see-through. Hey, so y'all be fucking with the Bay. Yee, yee. Let's get it. So let's see it. You know, let's see who's the best lightweight. If you can't make that, make Tank Davis or Berchelt or Machado. Something like that. Mikey can beat Spence. Uphill battle, bro. But, you know, Mikey's a good fighter, so he's been doubted before. Let's see. I have to go with Spence, man. Because he keeps saying he sees something in Spence. I don't see it. I don't know what he see. So, you know, I'm not Big G or Robert Garcia or Mikey, so I don't see what they see. I don't know what they see. But I would love to check it out. As Lee, what's up? He said, what's good? I'm checking in from work. I think Spence will be the bigger man. You think? You think he'll be the bigger man? All right. He will be the bigger man. And see, the other thing I don't like, I know this is like, it hasn't been a problem in the past. Mikey talking about he don't do sit-ups. His whole career, he ain't done sit-ups. And Errol's a body snatcher. I don't really see how that's going to work, but hey, it's boxing. So I'm going to support it. This is his bucket list or whatever he wants or whatever. So fuck it. He said Eddie Hearn tries too hard. I don't know why that's so funny. He said Eddie Hearn tries too hard. I don't know why that's funny, bro. But yeah, man, Eddie Hearn said Tyson Fury wasn't even going to make it to the ring. He was going to pull out with injury. Tyson Fury won just off of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, won because he already proved people wrong in the fact that they said he wasn't serious about taking the Wilder fight, and he really did it. And, you know, to some people, he arguably beat Wilder. So Tyson Fury is a winner just off of the strength of that. Eddie Hearn talking about he going to pull out. He didn't pull out. Tyson Fury said, raw dog, I ain't pulling out. AJ's in a bad spot, man. He's just posting workout videos online, man. I just looked at his page. He was just putting workout videos, bro. We want to see, like, where them IFL Joshua exclusives, where them at? I want to hear his thoughts. Hearn is where you want to go if you want to earn. But what is that based on? See, y'all kill me with this stuff. What is that based on? Okay, so who is he? Who's significantly balling that signed with Hearn? that they weren't. So they came from like nothingness, and now they just, you know, next level with it. I just want to know where you guys are getting this information from. I know it rhymes, earned with Hearn. That's cool. But where, you know, you said Hearn is where you go if you want. What's the big event that he put on? Like recently. You understand he signed his Dazn deal, and his fights have been probably lesser than what they were before the Dazn deal. What I mean is Joshua Povetkin or Joshua versus Klitschko. Clearly Joshua Klitschko was a bigger fight. You know what I'm saying? So Joshua Klitschko happened before the Dazn deal because it was on Showtime. So what is he, since Dazn came out, what does he put on? Usyk BELOEW. But BELOEW fought David Haye twice. So those are probably bigger because they're both UK guys. That was probably bigger than Usyk versus BELOEW. You know, especially since the fact that they ran it back twice. So you have two fights. So what I don't get what this is, I don't get it. People are saying, oh, he's where you go. His name's been everywhere, and yeah, Dazn is what I mean. Bro, but what, see, these dudes you guys literally just say whatever. Demetrius Andrade, he getting arrested, and he's like, is he more of a household name now? Like, this shit takes time. You guys keep saying it like Hearn turns people into, like he's Rumpelstiltskin. Like he just turned them to gold, like fucking Twista and Kanye. I can make you a celebrity overnight. Like what? I don't get what you're saying. Tevin Farmer, he's fighting this weekend. No, people don't even know he's fighting. What are you talking about? Tevin Farmer is a great fighter, but he just fought Tennyson, and a lot of people didn't even know he's on the Canelo card. So what are you talking about, earn with Hearn? You know, go to him. He's the person to go to. These dudes just be saying whatever, bro. That's what I'm saying. It's like you guys would just buy some shit without proof of the shit. Like somebody be like, yeah, I got these diamonds. It's in the bag. And then how much you want for them? $100. Like, wouldn't you be like, hey, can I see the diamonds first? You just give them the 100. The motherfuckers just run off with your money or give you a bag full of rocks. I just don't get it. People are like, hey, Hearn's where you go. What big event? What big event have we seen on DAZN? Canelo's fighting this week, and I haven't really heard too much of a buzz. I definitely haven't heard a buzz that killed Wilder Fury, you know, or that has been greater than that. And Canelo is a more proven pay-per-view guy than Wilder or Fury. Is Canelo versus Rocky Fielding, and that's not even Eddie Hearn's doing anyway. That's Golden Boy and DAZN directly. But, you know, you're saying DAZN is where you go. So, again, is Canelo being more talked about? Canelo fight with Fielding. That's what I'm saying. These guys just want to say this shit. Diego's tripping. He said, ain't nobody selling no real diamonds for 100. That's that crackhead price. The crackheads, they'll sell you that for that. See, now he said, yeah, it's not. Bro, they haven't. Listen, DAZN. See, this is what to me is wrong with boxing. They want to get the carriage before the horse. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they want to buy cereal and they don't even got milk. You know what I'm saying? Like, where you gonna put cereal in a bowl? You ain't got no milk. All this stuff takes time. All I'm saying is this, simply put, let's see it. Let's see how it plays out. Lomachenko, if he's to be the greatest fighter that ever walked and all that, let's study his career a little bit more. You know, let's see him achieve these things. It's like you play Call of Duty and you keep playing it and you unlock badges. That's how that works. You don't just turn the game on and you already unlocked all the fucking badges. You got to fucking play to earn the badges. And then when you complete this mission and you complete this mission, then you unlock another badge. That's how that works. But in boxing, only in boxing, they want to give you the accolade before you've even done it. You haven't even turned in the homework assignment. You got an A+. They said Lomachenko pound for pound #1. He got 13 fights and a loss. So he don't even have to prove it, especially beyond a reasonable doubt, like more than Crawford or something. He just, nope. We wrote it. We said it. That's what it is. They're saying DAZN is where you go to earn, but DAZN hasn't even put on an event bigger than Wilder Fury. They haven't put on definitely ain't put on no Mayweather-McGregor, Mayweather-Pacquiao event, Mayweather-Canelo, Mayweather-De La Hoya, Canelo-Cotto. So what are we talking about? They haven't even put on Canelo's biggest fight. He fighting Rocky Fielding. Canelo versus Chavez before DAZN, Canelo versus Mayweather, Canelo versus Cotto, Canelo versus Golovkin 1 and 2. Those are all significantly bigger fights than Rocky Fielding. Canelo versus Lada. These are all way greater fights. So what I'm saying is we gotta wait. We gotta wait in the seat. You guys want to say, oh, DAZN is cracking. That's the spot where you make the money. But they haven't even put on no huge events. What is DAZN's biggest event to right now? What's their biggest event? Blockbuster event. Jose de Jesus said, how do people call Loma pound for pound and he hasn't been past 15 fights and already has a loss? Ask ESPN and HBO on them. Y'all ain't shit. Somebody said the Rugby Cup on DAZN. Hey, y'all tripping. No, honestly, I'm just being real. What is DAZN's biggest fight thus far? See, this is what I'm saying. People are too impressionable. So one person tells you DAZN's the future, and then you just run with it. Let's do a real life. Listen, I swear to God, man. Let's do a truth test. This is the truth game. Who wants to play the truth game? All you have to do is tell the God-honest 100% truth. Don't lie. Don't falsify. You know, all you got to do is tell the truth. It's the truth game. If you want to play, can I get a hell yeah in the comment section? The only rule is you have to tell the honest to God truth. You know, don't lie. Let's really survey this. I'm going to ask a simple question. It's nothing like intrusive or anything. All you have to do is answer the question. Y'all want to play? Hey, y'all about it. Someone said, hell yeah, always. All right. Canelo has a DAZN special building up the Rocky Fielding fight. Who's watched it? It's called Canelo The Journey or some shit. Have you guys watched it yet? It's like, I guess, a mini documentary. Yes or no, have you watched it? Tell the truth. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. Okay. No, nope, not me. I saw it. It's good. Hell no. I have not. I watched part of it. It's like All Access. No, nah, no, ain't heard of it. I didn't even know about it until now, so no. Didn't know it existed. In my recommendations, but nope, I haven't watched it. Nope, but I watched All Access Fury Wilder, and that was fire. No. Watched 2 minutes of it and came here. Mr. J, why are you doing like that? See, that's what I'm saying. One person out of, whatever amount of people just voted right now. One person says they watched it from start to finish. And people are still voting. This is what I'm saying. Like people keep saying, oh, there's a future. Canelo is the huge star and no one's even watched his All Access. Some of y'all didn't even know about it. So anyway, go check it out. I think it's on YouTube as well. This is not like, I wanted to do bad. I don't want y'all to watch it. Watch it. It's probably, it's probably good. But what I'm saying is it hasn't been marketed to the point where, you know, people are even fucking know about it. People said stream is the future. This shit's on YouTube right now, and none of y'all watched it. Or one person watched it. Anyway, if you want to watch it, I'm going to always do my part. The link is right there. I haven't even watched it, but I just watched All Access. You know, they're about the same length. They're, you know, both 25, 30 minutes. I watched All Access. I didn't watch that. I watched Loma's fight. I didn't watch that. So I'll probably watch it after this. You know, I'm going to go watch it right now. But I'm just making a simple point. People keep saying, oh, Dazn is taking over, but people are not even watching the content about the platform's biggest fighter. Canelo or AJ is clearly Dazn's biggest fighter. His fight is this week. No one's talking about it. He just had a special that's, you know, I'm sure like All Access and 24/7. Nobody even watched it. It's on YouTube for free. You don't even have to have the app. Motherfuckers didn't even watch it. Crazy. I'm going to go watch it though. But the link is in the description. Check it out. You know, we could talk about it after. I haven't even seen it. So that's what I'm saying. DAZN's gonna have to step it up. You know, pay me. Tell DAZN, holla at me. Pay me. I'll help you. I'll give you some tips on this YouTube game. No, straight up and down. You know, square business, all professional. I'll help DAZN. I know YouTube. I'll help DAZN. This is what these companies need to do. They need to start going with people. They start hiring people, interns and people who journalism degree, but their hearts aren't in boxing. Now they could be good. They could be good at like this, that, and the third, but boxing is a niche sport. We can instantly tell when you're one of us. Like when I go into public and I meet someone who knows just a little bit about boxing, it's like I met somebody from a secret society and shit. You get what I'm saying? Like people are like, man, Errol Spence versus Crawford. That's the. I'm like, oh, you know Errol Spence? You know who Crawford? You know, it's like you've found a lost friend or something. Boxing is a niche sport, and these companies, you know, they hire a lot of people. And you know, I'm not here to insult nobody or whatever. I'm not saying I know everything, but boxing, we know when it's one of us. They need to start hiring some people. Like, imagine if Showtime or HBO, before they went out, you know, of boxing, if they started getting actual hardcore boxing fans to help the direction of the programming. Like, let's say they got, you know, me for All Access and said, hey, what should we do? But bro, I already do the video editing. You know what I'm saying? So especially if you gave me a crew, I'd DP that shit, you know, and I'll try to give good shit. Good shit, like just good angles, and you know, just make it like promote the shit. Bottom line is this: put it this way, the top YouTube channels promote boxing better than big boxes. Straight up. If you look at the top boxing channels, they hold down the sport greater than the big boxing. People come to me to hear my post fight more so than, you know, I'm not going to call no one out, but, you know, it could be another person with more subscribers, or it could be a big box on ESPN. They come to see what I'm talking about, what I thought. They're not checking with, you know, ESPN's post-fight breakdown, listening to them for an hour or two. I do a post-fight video. I've done post-fights for 3 hours with a high audience retention. We run this game. New media definitely runs this game, but you know what I'm saying? YouTube, that's why that's how I found a lane in it, because, you know, I'm not one to just keep complaining. If the game needs change, I'm gonna be that change, and that's what we're doing, God willing. You know, I got so much. See, man, there's a lot of politics in the game. Wait till they start giving me, you know, backstage credentials and the credentials where I could go anywhere and sit anywhere. Like sometimes they're cool. Sometimes sometimes the credentials, they'll have you sitting in the bleachers. Sometimes it's ringside. You know, there's a lot of little politics, but we're going to keep itching away at it. But what they need to do is get real boxing fans, people who are emotionally invested, not too emotionally, like where they're not, man fans or something, helping out with the programming, Dazn, like, Dazn, like, how you have your biggest fighter and people don't even know he's fighting. I mean, not that he's fighting, but that he got a special promoting the fight. I'm sure nobody knows in America, nobody knows shit about Rocky Fielding like that. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna need to watch this special. Dazn, I'm not gonna put it all out there, but they reached out to me. I got the email and everything. They reached out when they first came, trying to get sponsored, but it wasn't listen. I only, I got a lot going on. I only take exclusive deals. Like, the deal got to make sense. I'm not just, and see, I save a lot of y'all. People are like, oh, Ego's a panhandle. I save y'all from a lot of stuff. You notice I haven't put Dazn, like me personally, this is no knock to anyone that does it, because I know Dante and different people have the reference code or whatever. But for me, I'm not, the deal they offer me, it was cool, but I don't need that. You got to do something better. Give me an exclusive deal. Give me something different. Like I said, I'm not gonna put all their business out there, but I got the email still. I always got a paper trail of what I do. So, it just wasn't for my channel. What was offered. I'm Willie B, man. My name is Willie. Willie B, man, who got the lady, got a script. But that's what I'm saying. They need to, instead of just getting like whoever you think is smart, you got to get people who know boxing. A lot of these people, they, like, I'm telling you, a lot of these PR people, not PR, that's not the word. Just anyway, a lot of these people that work for these different companies, they're not into boxing. They're not into boxing like us. But the thing is, the reason why I don't know, but I feel I've been successful on YouTube is because before any of this, I was just a boxing fan. I've always loved boxing and respected boxing and watched boxing and knew more than my friends about boxing. Do you get what I'm saying? So it makes the job that much funner. If you get a cameraman for Showtime and he's just a cameraman, but he likes emo music and don't give a fuck about boxing, then he's probably good, but is he going to have the same passion? Is he going to think outside the box? That's the type of thing. Listen, and that's why when I build my team, I want people who are actually good at what they do, but also like boxing. Passionate. I think you get the best work when you actually, like, I used to work at a movie theater out here, and I'm a huge movie fan. So sometimes I would like have to clean the theater, and y'all motherfuckers is ruthless. I seen people, I'd be in the theater and then the movie would end and they would have like almost a half full large popcorn, and then they would just throw it, just to be an asshole. We used to find beers and condoms and shit all on the floor. Like, the fuck, what movie was you doing? But anyway, the fact that I'm a movie buff and that I love movies, this is like back in the day. This was like one of my first jobs. But anyway, the fact that I love movies, it made it like a natural fit. Like, I enjoyed it. Like, sometimes I would sneak in, watch parts of the movie and shit. It's like, oh shit, because I'm a huge movie fan. Man, that's a hella long ago. I've always had jobs. I've always had money. I've always had to, like, not like that, but I've always had to, like, I'm an independent person. I gotta have some money to my name. Anyway, enough about me. I'm out. Holla at the boy. The boy. Peace out. I just seen Messy Marv sign with Mozzie. That's interesting. Anyway, I'm out. Holla at the boy.